You're listening to The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM, Cedar Rapids.
We now leave our network programming to bring you the following special sports presentation.
Let the good times roll with the fun of Kernel Baseball in The Zone.
For your family, for your friends, this is where the fun never ends. Everybody knows when you're at the game, the good times roll. Hey, Kernels, let the good times roll. Cedar Rapids Kernels, let the good times roll.
With the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show, here's the voice of the Kernels, John Rogers.
It's another delightful, sunny summer evening in Gold Dome country, the home of Notre Dame. We're at Kovaleski Stadium in South Bend. The Kernels rode the strength of a 2-run homer by Warner Madrigal and a 3-run blast by Drew Toussaint yesterday. And behind Fernando Rodriguez Jr., who posted his second straight victory, the Kernels evened this 4-game series with the Eastern Division leading Silverhawks at a game apiece with an 8-1 rout of South Bend. Alexi Casilla also played a major role in the Kernels' success yesterday. He scored 2 of the Kernel 8 runs. Alexi has stolen 12 out of 15 bases, or he's been successful 12 out of 15 times in steals, and he is 9 out of 10 he's hit safely in 9 out of his last 10 games. Thanks to yesterday's starter Fernando Rodriguez Jr., who will serve as our translator, we'll visit with Alexi Casilla for the first time this season next on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show right here in the Zone.
A triple play, a rarity on the diamond, but produced successfully every day at South Slope Communications in North Liberty. The South Slope Communications Triple Play consists of voice, video, and data communications for your home or business. Achieve your communications triple play with South Slope Communications. South Slope is committed to providing the latest communications technology to their members while continuing to give service second to none. South Slope can provide your home or business with just about everything that connects you to information. Digital wireless phones, long-distance plans, data home and business wiring, video conferencing, dial-up and high-speed internet service, fiber optic installation and termination, and coming soon to all local servicing areas, digital video TV service. South Slope also rents out a beautiful community center event room in their magnificent new building in North Liberty. When you need anything in the communications field, select South Slope Communications. Visit them at southslope.com.
With the help of yesterday's winning Kernel pitcher, Fernando Rodriguez Jr. from El Paso, Texas, we're going to welcome Alexi Casilla, the Kernel switch-hitting leadoff batter, as our guest on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show this evening from Kovaleski Stadium. Fernando Rodriguez, thank you so much for helping us, and I know that you must feel pretty good about having this fella as the leadoff batter in our lineup the last 3 weeks. The Kernels have really taken off with him at the top of the order. Would you please ask him if Bobby Magallanes told him when he would come here that his job would be to give our ball club a spark by filling the role of the leadoff man?
Yes. Me está preguntando que si cuando tú viniste para acá, que si tú sabías que si Bobby Magallanes salió contigo, que si ibas a ser el que iba a ser el número 1 en batear así de abrir.
No, simplemente lo que me dijeron fue que me mandaron hacia acá para ver más juegos, para jugar más juegos, porque en AAA y AA no iba a haber muchos juegos. Entonces me mandaron acá para que cogiera más turnos.
Well, the thing, he said that Bobby told him that he had come down here because he was up in AAA and AA, and he was playing a couple games, but he wasn't getting too many at-bats. So they brought him down here and to get more at-bats, look at some more pitching, and, you know, the leadoff guy is the one that sees the most at-bats most of the time, so I guess that's his role. And, I mean, he's a great guy to get on base, you know, steal some bags and, you know, get some going, so he fits right in.
He sure has. Alexi has hit safely in 9 out of his last 10 games, and whenever he gets on base, Fernando, he puts pressure on the defense with his leadoffs, with his dancing around, with his sliding. Does Bobby Magallanes give him a total green light to run whenever he wants to, or does he have a signal? Does Bobby and Justin Bachman tell him when to steal?
Que si te dan a ti Si te dan así la luz verde así para que tú puedas hacer lo que quieras, así de correr cuando quieras, o ellos tienen una señal así para que, o pues te dicen así cuándo correr, o es para ti para hacer.
Sí, me dieron la luz verde, pero tengo que saber cuándo robar, en situación de robar.
He said that he's got the green light, but he's got to know, he's got to know the situation, and he's got to be smart base runner. I mean, he's got the green light, but it's not, go whenever, it's just, he's got to be smart and think about when the best time to run is.
Does he signal the batter, the number 2, 3, or 4 hitter, that he's going to be going, or does the batter know when he's going to be going?
Que si tú das la señal que está bateando atrás de ti, así para que si él sabe cuando tú vas a correr, que para que le dé o para que no le dé.
No, pero ya ellos saben el conteo en el cual yo puedo robar base, entonces ellos están pendientes. Yes.
He said that they just about know when he's going to run. They're also looking at the situation, how many outs, how many strikes, and everything. So they have a pretty good idea of when he's running or when he's just going to stay on the base.
Yesterday's winning pitcher in the Colonel 8-1 victory over the Silverhawks was Fernando Rodriguez, Jr. He's helping us with our interview here on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show with the fine Colonel leadoff batter Alexi Casilla. Fernando, the next thing I wanted to ask you is, could you please ask Alexi how he learned to handle the bat so well? He's a real magician with the bat, from the left side or the right side. It seems like he can do anything he wants to with a baseball. How did he learn to make the bat kind of an extension of his hands and his arms and be able to do anything he wants to with the bat?
¿Quieres saber cómo aprendiste a mover el bate así con los dos lados, así muy bien, así de poder hacer lo que quieras con la pelota?
¿Cómo aprendí eso? No sé.
¿Cómo aprendiste?
Jugando pelota y aprendiendo todo día más, y cada día uno aprende algo nuevo y lo aplica en el play.
He said that just by playing every day, I mean, since he was a kid, he just started fooling around, little by little. He just seemed to hold on to what he learned that day. He said, you learn something new every day, and he applied it in practice, getting to learn how to do the things, and then he just put it into the game, and it's been working out for him.
I know as a little boy, a lot of American kids in my neighborhood, Fernando, would have a mirror or a door on their garage that had glass, and we would practice our stances looking into a mirror. Did Alexi have a mirror in the Dominican Republic where he could look at his batting style in a mirror?
Que en la Dominicana tú tenías así como un espejo para ver así cómo te estabas dando la pelota o cómo estabas tirando o cómo practicabas tú cuando estabas en casa.
Realmente, mira, cuando estábamos allá en la casa, lo que jugábamos era en la calle, con la tapita de la botella de agua, sí. Pero de una tapa que son más grandes, ¿verdad? Uno la tira así, y ahí uno practica mucho, sí, en swing.
He said that in the Dominican they have a game they play. It's more like stickball, but instead of using a ball, they use the top of like a Gatorade bottle, but probably a little bigger. And they just, the whole day they're just playing, tossing that, and that, they can make that curve, move up, go down. So they worked a lot. I guess most of the batters from the Dominican, they know what they're talking about when they play the stickball, And they said that's how he learned, trying to hit a little bottle. So he said that's the only thing he used to do to practice.
Well, thank you very much, Fernando Rodriguez and Alexi. We're going to take a break as we get to know the Colonel, second baseman and shortstop and leadoff artist Alexi Casilla here from South Bend. We'll wrap things up with him in a moment. This is Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
Hey, everybody, gonna get on down to Hometown Restyling. Hometown Restyling. For all your remodeling needs, satisfaction guaranteed. Hometown Restyling specializes in all of your home's interior, exterior needs. Visit our showrooms, one in Hiawatha, one in Coralville, and see the incredible possibilities. Windows, siding, sunrooms. Give us a call at 378-1221.
Have you heard the great news? Mediacom has stepped to the plate to give girls and boys the chance to do cool stuff with the Kernels and at the stadium. As a member of the Mediacom Little Sluggers, you'll get to have an autograph session with the Kernels, take a tour of the stadium, watch a movie from the outfield grass, take take batting practice with the Kernels and participate in a story time with the players. Join the fun of the MediaCom Little Sluggers by registering online at Kernels.com. That's Kernels.com.
South Slope Communications Triple Play Show prior to Game 3 of the Kernel Series with the South Bend Silverhawks, and we're talking it over with Alexi Casilla, the outstanding Kernel base stealer, middle infielder, and leadoff batter. Yesterday's winning pitcher, Fernando Rodriguez Jr., is helping us with this interview. And Fernando, just a couple of more things I thought would be fun to hear about from Alexi. He played as a young boy in the Jose Rio Foundation League, and I wondered if he could tell us some of the famous Dominican big leaguers who helped him learn the game of baseball in the Jose Rio Foundation League down in his home country.
Que tú jugaste en la liga de José Río y pues nomás quería saber que si tú aprendiste algo de los jugadores así que fueron a las ligas mayores y pues si te enseñaron algo así de cómo jugar, cómo se movía el juego.
Bueno, sí, de lo que recuerdo, me recuerdo de Carlos Baelga, Sammy Sosa y algunos pitchers que fueron también allá, y ellos nos ayudaron bastante cómo batear y eso, mecánica de bateo y cómo parar rolling, y aprendimos muchas cosas.
He said he met Carlos Baerga and Sammy Sosa and a couple of other pitchers from the big leagues, and he said it was, ¿cuántos años tenías?
9.
He was 9 years old at the time, but he said from all the instruction he got from those guys, it was just a couple things batting wise, how to stand and what to look for, and then take some ground balls and from some exceptional, infielders and some pitchers too. So he said he learned quite a bit of things.
And finally, Fernando, would you ask him who taught him to play the game so hard? Does that come from his parents? Does it come from within himself? Does it come the pride of being a Dominican player? Where does that pride? He always plays hard, this guy.
¿De dónde tú aprendiste a jugar el juego con todo lo que tienes? Así de que si vino de tus papás o si de ti mismo o de ser dominicano.
Bueno, todo está ligado todo, es una mezcla, porque juego duro realmente porque algún día quiero llegar a la Grande Liga. Entonces me esfuerzo todos los días a jugar duro, siempre.
He said it's all entwined. I mean, it's from his family to trying to get to the big leagues and, being out on the field every day. He goes all out, 100% every time he goes out on the field, because his dream is just to be a major league player one of these days. So he's not going to try to make things easy for somebody else to take his spot.
Well, it shows up in his play. Fernando Rodriguez Jr., thank you so much for taking the time to do this following your brilliant outing yesterday, your 8-1 win. We want to earmark a certificate to you for Zio Llanos. We come back from this 8-game road trip next Monday, and we have a long 7-game homestand before the All-Star break. Please treat yourself to a meal, Fernando, at Zio Llanos. Thank you so much for doing this.
All right, thanks. I appreciate it.
Alexi Casilla, thank you so much for being our guest on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show. You've been a joy to watch. You bring so much excitement to this Kernel Ball Club. Please treat yourself to a meal at Zio Llanos when we return home from this long road trip. Alexi, thank you.
And thank you very much.
Alexi Casilla, our South Slope Communications Triple Play Show guest, thanks to the help of yesterday's Kernel starter and winner, Fernando Rodriguez Jr. Game 3 lineups just ahead, Kernels and Silverhawks. I'll have them in a minute here in the zone.
Papa John's pizza, it's so good. Better is best, that's understood. Better call Papa John's tonight. Better call Papa, he's got it right. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
Attention baseball fans, call your local Papa John's for our home run special. Get a large pizza with up to 3 toppings of your choice for only $9.99.
Papa John's. Better call Papa.
When it comes to fun in the new Veterans Memorial Stadium, Nothing compares to the Westdale Mall Mix 96.5 FM Home Run Hot Tub. As you bask in the soothing comfort of the Westdale Mall Mix 96.5 FM Home Run Hot Tub, you'll be taking in the action from a breathtaking perch just above the left field wall. Register for your chance to be drawn as the winner of the Westdale Mall Mix 96.5 FM Home Run Hot Tub by visiting Westdale Mall.
It's a gorgeous 83-degree Monday evening in Michiana, South Bend, Indiana, where the Kernels are going to tangle with the South Bend Silverhawks for the third time in this four-game set. South Bend whipped this Saturday night 5-2 in the opener, but the Kernels bounced back behind Fernando Rodriguez Jr. yesterday and stomped the Silverhawks 8-1 in a game that was called after 7 1/3 innings due to bad weather and heavy rain. Let's set the starting lineups for Game 3 of this series between the Kernels, the Class A Midwest League affiliate of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, and the Arizona Diamondback farmhands in this league, the Eastern Division leading South Bend Silverhawks. We're going to switch gears a little bit and set the Allen Motor Company Kernels starting lineup for you first this evening. Allen Motor Company and General Motors announces employee pricing for everyone. Listen to this, Colonel fans. For the first time in history, everyone in America, including Eastern Iowa, gets the GM employee discount. You pay what the General Motors employees pay, not a cent more. And Allen Motor Company is proud to offer a number of great values associated with this employee pricing for everyone. 2005 Buick LeSabres employee discount price for everyone at just $21,312. That's the best-selling full-size car in America, 2005 Buick LeSabres. Also, employee discount price for everyone at Allen's 2005 GMC Sierra regular cab two-wheel drive pickups. Those are just $15,532 now. At Allen Motor Company, they're open late tonight until 9 o'clock. And you can take advantage of the employee pricing for everyone at Allen's. The Allen Motor Company Colonel starting lineup, our South Slope Communications Triple Play Show guest leading off at second base, Alexi Casilla. He's 12 for 25 against South Bend this season. Nate Sutton sees his first action in the series. He's the designated hitter batting second. Sean Rodriguez is second in the league with 41 runs scored. Rodriguez bats third at shortstop. The Colonel cleanup batters in center field this evening. Aaron Peel seeing his first action as a center fielder. Drew Toussaint slugged a big 3-run homer in the fifth inning yesterday, his fifth of the year. It gave the Colonels an 8-0 lead. Toussaint's in left field, and he'll bat fifth. Michael Collins hitting .306 now, batting sixth. Collins at first base. He tripled home a run and scored in the Colonel 3-run second yesterday. Jordan Renz is in the Allen Motor Company order for the first time in this series. Renz in right field will bat seventh. Hitting eighth and catching, Tommy Duenas. And batting ninth at third base this evening, Jason Ramos, switch hitter, playing third base and hitting ninth. On the hill for the Kernels and rounding out the Allen Motor Company Colonel starting lineup, 20-year-old right-hander Rafael Rodriguez. Rafael Rodriguez pitched well in his last start, a no decision at home Wednesday against Wisconsin, a 4-3 Colonel 10-inning win. Rafael went 8 innings, giving up 3 runs on 6 hits. He fanned 9 Timber Rattlers on Wednesday night at home, and he walked only 1. Rafael Rodriguez is 4-2 with an ERA of 3.00. The starting lineup for the South Bend Silverhawks, leaders of the Eastern Division with a record of 34-23. Emilio Bonifácio at second base leads it off. He's a switch hitter. Jeremy Millens is in center field. He'll bat second. Hitting third, Augustine Murillo at third base. Murillo is tops in the league in hits and runs scored. The cleanup batter is Carlos González in right field. González has 9 RBIs against the Kernels in 6 games, and he's 10 for 20 against Colonel pitching. Hitting fifth for South Bend is Javier Brito in left field. Alan Mottram will hit sixth, and he's the designated hitter. He's tied for second in the Midwest League with 17 doubles. Hitting seventh and playing first base, playing for the first time since breaking his hand about 2 weeks into the season, Cesar Nicholas at first base, batting seventh. Hitting eighth for the Silverhawks is their shortstop, Mark Reynolds. He's only made 2 errors this season. And switch hitter Wilkin Castillo will bat ninth and catch. On the hill for South Bend is a 22-year-old right-hander, Coley Kohlberg, out of the University of Arizona. Coley's making his 4th start of the season. He's 2-1, and the Kernels beat him 7-4 in our home ballpark just a week and a half ago on Friday, May 27th. The Kernels beat Coley Kohlberg 7-4. Coley Kohlberg 2-1 with a 3.77 ERA, a right-hander hurling for the Silverhawks. From Stanley Kovalevsky Stadium, let's honor America with the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner.
At the twilight's last evening, who brought us in thy star, through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we walked, with no cavalier street, and rock is breaking, the bombers singing, came through the night, and our flag was still red. Oh, Cedar, grass are new, and again rain, for the land of the sea, and the home of the brave.
As you can hear from the reaction of the crowd after the national anthem, a big crowd is here tonight. It's Dollar Monday at Kovalevsky Stadium. That means everything's $1, including the price of a ticket. Before tonight's game starts, Anderson and Brown Eye Care, the official eye care provider of the Kernels, brings us the umpiring crew. Grant Mankey will be behind the plate, and Victor Carapazza, his partner on the diamond. Anderson and Brown Eye Care is pleased to welcome you to their new location on Boyson Road, just west of I-380, next to Intent City. Anderson and Brown Eye Care is now a full-service eyewear provider, a full selection of glasses and eyewear now available at Anderson and Brown Eye Care, and, of course, great contact lens service as well. Up next, Game 3 between the Kernels and Eastern Division leading Silverhawks here in the zone.
A triple play, a rarity on the diamond, but produced successfully every day at South Slope Communications in North Liberty. The South Slope Communications triple play consists of voice, video, and data communications for your home or business. Achieve your communications triple play with South Slope Communications. South Slope is committed to providing the latest communications technology to their members while continuing to give service second to none. South Slope can provide your home or business with just about everything that connects you to information. Digital wireless phones, long-distance plans, data home and business wiring, video conferencing, dial-up and high-speed internet service, fiber optic installation and termination, and coming soon to all local servicing areas, digital video TV service. South Slope also rents out a beautiful community center event room in their magnificent new building in North Liberty. When you need anything in the communications field, select South Slope Communications. Visit them at southslope.com.
Coley Kohlberg, a right-hander making just his 4th start for the Silverhawks this season, is ready to go. He's a right-hander, and he'll face our guest on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show, .295 hitting leadoff batter Alexi Casilla. Alexi had a big day yesterday. He's 4 for 8 in the series. Yesterday in the Kernel win, he singled and scored in the first. And the game's first pitch to Casilla is taken just outside for a ball. We're underway on a delightful Monday evening here at Kovalevsky Stadium. Alexi batting left-handed from a deep crouch, and he fouls one in the air away to the left. That's strike one. The Kernels are in their red knit batting practice tops with all navy blue caps in this 3rd game of the series. A bouncer to short. Mark Reynolds has it on 2 hops, and he zips his throw across the diamond in time to retire Alexi Casilla. 1 away here in the Kernel first inning. Alexi's now 12 for 26 against Silverhawk pitching in 7 games. This is our 7th meeting with the Eastern Division leaders. They're 34 and 23. They own a 2-game lead over Fort Wayne in the Eastern Division standings, and they're 3.5 ahead of the Tampa Bay Devil Ray minor leaguers, the Lansing Lugnuts. Ball 1 is outside to Nate Sutton. Nate hasn't played since a Kernel loss at home this past Thursday. There's ball 2 outside from Kohlberg, Kolberg, a right-hander out of the University of Arizona, who the Diamondbacks selected in the 7th round last year. A chopper to deep short. Mark Reynolds backhands it, and his long throw not in time. Nate Sutton legs out an infield single, and he's the first Colonel base runner of this game. Sutton bounced it to the left of Augustine Murillo at third. Mark Reynolds made a valiant effort to backhand it deep in the hole, but his throw was far, far too late. Sutton, a left-handed batter, has reached base with one out here in the first inning for Sean Rodriguez. Sean was 0-for-2 yesterday, but he walked twice, he stole a base, and he scored a run. He did the little things to help the Kernels win the game. Sean's father, Johnny Rodriguez, is here with us in South Bend, and he'll travel up to Appleton with us and then come home with us. So great for Sean to have his proud dad looking on. Johnny Rodriguez is here from Miami, Florida. Sean's hitting .253, wearing his Red Sox up high this evening. Nate Sutton draws a throw, and he's back in sliding head first. The lights are on here at Coveleski Stadium. Bright sunshine on the right side of the infield as well as in right field where Carlos González is. Another throw to first, and this one made it closer. Justin Bachman coaching at first for the Kernels, and Colonel manager Bobby Magallanes manning third base. Rodriguez looks at ball 2 outside. The Colonel record, 24-33. The Kernels are in 8th place in the 8-team Western Division first half standings, a game and a half back of 7th place Kane County and 2 lengths behind Burlington. The leaders of the West continue to be the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. Of course, the Kernels took 3 of 4 from Wisconsin to end our recent 8-game homestand. The 2-0 to Rodriguez is upstairs for ball 3. 3-0 to Sean Rodriguez. He's second in the league with 41 runs scored, 2 homers, 11 RBIs, and he's the team leader with 15 stolen bases. Nate Sutton a short lead at first as Sean takes strike one at the knees. South Bend is attired in their white home uniforms with black hats, black socks, black pinstripes on their white home uniforms, and gold letters and gold numbers on those white uniforms. We told you earlier in this series, well, first the 3-1 to Sean Rodriguez. He powders it hard past the shortstop into left field. That's a base hit. Nate Sutton stops at second. Sean Rodriguez ripped the 3-1 pitch hard into left field past the diving shortstop, Mark Reynolds, and the Kernels have runners at first and second with only 1 out here in the first inning. Aaron Peel, the cleanup batter at the plate with 2 on and 1 out. Let's hope Aaron can bounce back from what for him was a subpar game yesterday. He was 0 for 4 and hit into 2 double plays his first 2 times up. Peel batting .310. Takes a curve, low and away for a ball. Aaron is second to Warner Madrigal on this ball club. Aaron has belted 7 homers, driven in 27 runs. He was the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim Minor League Player of the Month for the month of May. Another breaking pitch from Coley Kohlberg is low and outside, ball 2. Coley spells his first name Koley. Aaron Peel's a right-handed hitter with a slightly open stance. Aaron using a dark brown colored bat, and a fastball is pumped in at the knees. 2-1 to Aaron Peel. It's 405 feet to dead center field here at Coveleski Stadium, a 12-foot high dark green padded wall. Peel swings late. He was trying to go the other way, and he fouls it just to our right. On top of the roof of the concourse here, there's no grandstand roof at Coveleski Stadium, but there is a roof that covers the concourse. 2 on, 1 out for the Kernels in the top of the first inning, and Aaron Peel waiting patiently as the right-hander leans in and has his sign. Kohlberg is set at the letters. The next pitch is walloped foul out of play down the first base line. We told you earlier in this series the name Silverhawk comes from one of the popular models that was churned out just behind this ballpark, just across the street at the old Studebaker factory here in South Bend. At one time they employed 25,000 people. Ball 3 outside, the crowd behind home plate. Gets on the plate umpire Grant Menke a little bit. They thought that was a strike, but it's a full count to Aaron Peel. Let's see if Bobby Magallanes sends Sutton from second and Rodriguez from first. They are not going. And Peel bounces one up the middle. The shortstop has it. Feeds the second baseman out. Throw to first, not in time. And on to third goes Nate Sutton. Aaron Peel made a bid to put the Kernels ahead as he bounced one up the middle. Mark Reynolds showed a lot of range going to his left. And behind second, Reynolds flipped it to Emilio Bonifácio for the force out of Rodriguez. And then the throw from Bonifacio to first was to the home plate side of the base, and therefore Nate Sutton went to third, and Aaron Peel avoided hitting into an inning-ending double play. He's at first, and there are two out. The batter is Drew Toussaint. So Sean Rodriguez was forced at second, 6-4. Now Drew Toussaint will try to put the Kernels ahead here in the first. And an Uncle Charlie is a strike called. Drew Toussaint had a big day at the plate yesterday, 2 for 4. He singled and scored in the second inning, and then he belted a 2-out, 3-run home run in the fifth inning. Aaron Peel drew a throw at first, and he's back safely. Yes, at one time, the Studebaker factory just across the street here from Coveleski Stadium employed 25,000 folks. A breaking pitch in for strike two to Drew Toussaint. Drew steps out and looks at Bobby Magallanes coaching at third. Toussaint's average is .291. 5 homers, 20 RBIs. He's in the hole 0-2 with runners at the corners. And he takes strike three called on the outside corner. The Kernels had runners at first and second. 1 out with their cleanup man and number 5 hitters due up. And Coley Colberg got them both. Peel on a bouncer up the middle, a force out at second. And Drew Toussaint on 3 pitches. Drew was caught looking to end the Kernel first inning. No runs for the Kernels, 2 hits. There were no South Bend errors, and the Kernels leave a pair of men on base. After 1/2 inning in South Bend, a big crowd. Everything's a buck here tonight. It's called Dollar Mondays. It's the Kernels nothing, South Bend coming to the bat. You're enjoying Kernel baseball in the zone.
June is Perennial Gardening Month, and as luck would have it, Peck's Flower Shop and Garden Center is your perennial plant experts with the best selection in the area. Lots of new varieties, plus your all-time favorites. Start your perennial garden with Peck's terrific variety of perennials, including the 2005 Perennial Plant of the Year. Not sure which perennials to plant? The experts at Peck's will help you find the plants that are good for your yard. Perennials that will bring lasting color and enjoyment to you and yours. Peck's reminds you it's not too late to plant summer blooming plants for both sun and shade. Fill a flat of 12 of your favorite packs, just $14.99 a flat. Choose from impatiens, marigolds, petunias, and more. Also, summer is a great time to start a new landscaping project. Call Peck's for an estimate. Peck's Flower Shop, Garden Center, Nursery, and Landscaping. Corner of Blair's Ferry and Edgewood Road Northeast. Open weekdays till 8, weekends till 5.
Charlie Pickett here for Amdro. Now, I don't know anybody that likes ants. That's why you need to know about new Amdro Ant Block. Ant Block keeps ants out of your house, and it wipes them out where they live, outside. Just sprinkle Amdro Ant Block around the foundation of your home. You see, Ant Block's a bait. Ants take it back to the colony where they share it and die, even the queen. New Amdro Ant Block. Stop them on the outside before they come inside.
No score in Game 3 of our 4-game series here in South Bend with the Eastern Division leading Silverhawks. The Kernels got a pair of singles, an infield single from Nate Sutton with 1 out. Sean Rodriguez then hammered a single into left. The Kernels looked in great shape to take the lead in this game, but Aaron Peel on a 3-2 pitch bounced into a force out, and Drew Toussaint was caught looking on 3 pitches. So it'll be Rafael Rodriguez in quest of his 5th win of the season. The 20-year-old Dominican right-hander's numbers are very impressive. Rafi is 1-4, lost 2. In 60 innings, he's only surrendered 50 hits. He has fanned 65 batters in 60 innings, walked only 24. Rafi's making his 12th start of the year. The league is hitting .223 against him. And he pitched well his last time out, a no decision in a Kernel 10-inning win at home against Wisconsin. Emilio Bonifácio, a speedster, second in the league in stolen bases. He's a switch hitter. He went 0 for 3 yesterday. He's first up for the South Bend Silverhawks. And a fastball is low and into the switch hitter batting left. Bonifácio has a homer, 24 runs driven in, and a 260 average. Stands straight away from the left side, and Emilio fakes a bunt and takes a strike on the inside corner. Bonifácio's 20 years old, and he hit 260 in 120 games as a Silverhawk last year. If you can keep him off base, you have a pretty good shot at beating this ball club. They have the most fearsome and productive middle third of the order of anybody in the league. In fact, as a team, they're batting .279, tops in the league. Ball 2, low and inside to Bonifácio. He golfs one to second. Backpedaling is Alexi Casilla, and he makes a good play with his heels going backwards. Alexi had no other choice but to do that. He couldn't get the first hop, and he whips his throw to first in time to retire Emilio Bonifácio, one away here in the top of the first inning for South Bend. The Silverhawks are tops in the league with a .279 average. They're batting even a more impressive .285 here at Coveleski Stadium, which the locals refer to affectionately as the Cove. Jeremy Millens is the batter, and ball 1 is outside to the right-handed hitter. Millens was 0 for 2 yesterday against Kernels starter and winner Fernando Rodriguez Jr. He walked in the first but was erased on a double play. Rafael Rodriguez, next pitch is low and outside for ball 2. The Kernels on the infield this evening have Jason Ramos at third, Sean Rodriguez at short, Alexi Casilla at second, and Michael Collins at first. An outfield of Toussaint in left, Peel in center, and Renz in right. A 2-0 delivery, and Millens tried to disrupt the rhythm of Rafael Rodriguez by squaring to bunt. He had no intention of bunting, and a strike is pumped in from Rafi. Rafael Rodriguez suffered through a tumultuous year last year with a bad elbow. There's strike 2 called on the outside corner. Rafi was hurt most of the season. As an 18-year-old with the Kernels 2 seasons ago, he started 26 games and was 10-11 with a 4.31 earned run average. The 2-2 to Jeremy Millens. Breaking pitch just missed outside. Tommy Duenas framed it for the plate umpire Grant Menke, but Grant ruled it ball 3. The other Anderson and Brown eye care umpire is Victor Carapaza. Victor is about 30 feet behind the base at first, and he's in foul ground. Millens on a 3-2 pitch takes it high for ball 4. It was a slider. Jeremy Millens walks, and there's a man at first with 1 out, and here come the big thunderous hitters for South Bend. And I mean, these guys are very, very good at the plate. Not quite the 1927 Yankees Murderers Row, but by Midwest League standards, awfully potent. Augustine Murillo, nothing for 3 yesterday, a right-handed batter in his second year as a Silverhawk. Takes a strike on the inside edge of fastball. Augustine Murillo batting .330, fifth highest average in the league, 10 home runs, 39 runs driven in. He's second in the league with those 39 RBIs. A slider is low and away to Augustine Murillo, 1-1. Jeremy Millens, the runner at first base, has 2 steals and 3 tries. Murillo's 10 home runs rank him second in the Midwest League. He leads the league in hits and in runs scored, so he's a bona fide MVP candidate. A throw to first, and back safely head first is the runner, Jeremy Millens. The sun is still a major factor in right field where Jordan Renz is stationed. Everywhere else on the diamond is free from bright sunshine now. Ball 2 is low to Augustine Murillo, and that prompts a visit to the hill by the Kernel catcher, Tommy Duenas. No score, bottom of the first, and we're back at home for a 7-game homestand that'll wrap up the season's first half before the All-Star break a week from tonight. We're back home a week from tonight. Wednesday, June 15th, the Kernels will be wearing the black and gold of Iowa on Iowa City Coralville night at the ballpark, and you can bid for the Iowa Hawkeye jerseys right off the backs of the Kernels during the game. A silent auction will be held, and the jerseys will be auctioned away. It's Bucka Cup Wednesday, next Wednesday the 15th. Hawkeye jersey night. The Kernels will be wearing the Hawkeye gold jerseys with black numbers and black lettering. Big lead at first by Millens. He's not going, and a good-looking pitch was called a ball by the plate umpire, Grant Menke. Not sure where that pitch was. It looked awfully good from here. 3-1 to Agustin Murillo. 72 hits for this fella to lead the league in 57 games. Rafael Rodriguez is behind him, 3-1. And a high pop foul off to the right, out of play. It's a full count now to Agustin Murillo. Kernels threatened but didn't score against the Silverhawk starter, Coley Kohlberg, in the first inning. Kernels had runners at first and second with one out, but couldn't break through. Let's see if Jeremy Millens is going on this 3-2 pitch. I would think he would be. He's not. And a high drive way back in center. And back there is Jordan Renz. Glasses down. It's in right field where Renz makes the catch. It's not easy to read the ball off the bat here because a net connects the top of the backstop with the press box, or the top of the press box, and you have to kind of look at the outfielders to figure out where the ball's going. And I had my eyes on center fielder Aaron Peel. He went over to his left, but it was Jordan Renz who caught it with the bright sunshine as a hindrance in right. And there are two out here. Fine effort and fine job by Rafael Rodriguez to come back and get Agustin Murillo. He was behind him, 3-1. Well, now I start shuddering. That's because Carlos González is batting for South Bend. A strike call to the left-handed hitter. Slugger with a .294 average, 6 home runs, 40 runs driven in. He leads the league with 40 RBIs. 9 of his 40 have come against Kernel pitching. In just 6 games, he's driven in 9 runs. He grounds one, foul pass first. That would have scored Jeremy Millens all the way from first with 2 out. It was foul by about 8 inches beyond the reach of Michael Collins at first base. Carlos González, good-looking hitter. 19 years old from Venezuela. He's 10 for 20 against Kernel pitching this season. Overall, he's batting .294. Let's see if Rafael comes right after him here. The 0-2 delivery. Bounce to second. Alexi Casilla traps it against his chest and has the short throw over to first to retire Carlos González and South Bend here in the bottom of the first inning. A 1-out walk, but Rafael Rodriguez gets the number 3 and 4 hitters, and that's a tough task in this South Bend lineup. González grounds to second. No runs for South Bend in the first inning. No hits, a walk. There were no Kernel errors. The Silverhawks leave a runner aboard. As we go to the second at the Cove, Kernels and Silverhawks scoreless. You're tuned to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Jen. What's up?
Your hair looks great. Did you get it cut?
Sure did. I went to Cost Cutters.
Wait, are those highlights?
Yeah, I've always wanted to try.
Interesting.
It looks really good. Nice. Don't you just love how you can stop into Cost Cutters anytime and get a great cut or color?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't have to plan out the next month of your life to fit in a haircut. Right. With Cost Cutters, you can go after work.
Yeah, on weekends.
Hey, on your lunch break, it's great when you forget you have like an afternoon meeting.
You are such a procrastinator.
No, I am not. Okay, maybe I am.
Yeah.
Now, Mark, are those chestnut or caramel highlights?
I don't know what color they are. All I know is that it looks good. Cost Cutters is the only salon for me.
You should be like the official spokesmodel for Cost Cutters.
Spokesmodel.
No, exactly. Don't you
He's
think?
working on it.
Oh, guys, come on.
Work a little.
Stop into your neighborhood Cost Cutters anytime. Convenience is Cost Cutters' trademark. Cost Cutters, just your style. Cost Cutters is proud to support Eastern Iowa's most wholesome, affordable family entertainment. Cedar Rapids Kernels Baseball.
This flu season, the makers of Tylenol want you to know. A little medicine can help treat the flu, but more hand washing could help prevent it. Warm water and soap kills germs best when you wash for 30 seconds. Teach your kids to hum a song so they know how long to wash. Tylenol Flu can relieve your family's symptoms if they do get sick. But wouldn't it be better if they didn't? For more tips, visit Tylenol.com/flu. Stop. Think. Tylenol Cold and Flu with Cool Burst and Children's Tylenol Flu. Use as directed.
First pitch is in for a strike to Kernel first baseman Michael Collins. The Australian looks at the next one low from Coley Kohlberg. No score. We're in the top of the second on a beautiful Monday night here in South Bend. Here's a drive ripped into the right center field alley for extra bases. Michael Collins will head to second as the center fielder Jeremy Millens retrieves it. Michael Collins continues to swing a hot bat for the Kernels. This kid works hard. In fact, Justin Bachman, our hitting coach, said that Michael Collins is one of the first to arrive every day at the Kernel clubhouse, works off the tee tirelessly, and man, has he put together a great second season as a Kernel. Michael Collins lacing a leadoff double into the right center field gap, and he adds to his impressive batting average of .306. Michael Collins is at second with nobody out, and ball one is taken low by Jordan Renz. Renz has seen his first action in this series. Jordan started to come alive with the bat a little bit on our recent 8-game homestand. His average is .164. He'll try to hit the ball to the right side of the infield to get the go-ahead run Collins to third. Jordan Renz fouls one off the mask of the catcher, Wilkin Castillo, strike one. Michael Collins, 3 for 4 yesterday in the Kernel win, tripled in a run and scored in the Kernel 3-run second. He's at second base with nobody out here in the top of the second inning. 80 lovely degrees here at Kovaleski Stadium. And a lot of folks are enjoying the action above the 16-foot high wall and left on the grass slope seating berm. Not quite as many out in right field. Jordan Renz does go the other way. The question is that, no, he didn't hit it far enough into right to get Michael Collins to third base. It's caught out there by Carlos González. Jordan Renz tried to do the right thing. That is, he tried to hit the ball to the right side on the ground. He had succeeded in one of those two areas. He hit it to the right side but got it in the air, and as a result, it'll take a base hit from Tommy Duenas or Jason Ramos if the Kernels are going to score first in this game. Well, give Jordan Renz credit. He tried to do the right thing. He had a plan at the plate, and he did hit it to the right side. He just drove it airborne, and Carlos González in that bright sunshine in right caught it. Now a strike is in at the knees to Tommy Duenas. Tommy's enjoyed good success against South Bend this season. He's 7 for 16. Overall, Duenas is batting .207, a home run, 19 RBIs. Tommy got yesterday off. Ball one, way outside, a fine lunging stop by the catcher, Wilkin Castillo. Wilkin reminds me a lot of a former great Pittsburgh Pirate catcher from Panama, Manny Sanguillen. He has that elasticity in his arms and elbows. Tommy Duenas fouls one off to the left, and Tommy's in the hole, 1-2. Manny Sanguillen was the best bad ball hitter I ever saw. He could hit a ball in the dirt, and he could hit a ball over his head. Didn't matter where you pitched him, he could flat out hit. He was overshadowed, of course, by Johnny Bench and Ted Simmons during that era of the 70s in the National League. Coley Kohlberg is set, his 1-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. Tommy Duenas was tied up in knots on a fastball up and in, and now Jason Ramos will have to come through if the Kernels are going to capitalize on the leadoff double from Michael Collins here in the second inning. Reggie will be entertaining on Friday, June 17th. Reggie is one of the premier entertainment acts in all of minor league baseball, and he'll be at our ballpark for you fans on Friday, June 17th. Jason Ramos slices one down the left field line into the Kernel vacated bullpen, strike one. Jason hitting .098 in 13 games. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim signed him after he spent 2 years with the Boston Red Sox organization. Jason's father, the effervescent, always upbeat Bobby Ramos, is with the ball club, the Angel roving catching instructor. Every day is a great one for Bobby Ramos. His energy and enthusiasm are contagious and welcome. Bobby's one of those guys that when he greets you, he makes you feel like a king. And that's why guys respond to his messages when he's teaching. He's positive. Ramos checks his swing on a changeup low, and it's ball 2 to Jason. Ramos is a switch hitter. Jason stands straight away from the left side, and he's trying to drive home Michael Collins from second. With 2 away here in the top of the second, no score. Ramos lines one to short. It's knocked down by Reynolds to save a run. Collins is trying to score, and he is out by 10 feet at the plate. But I don't fault the Kernels at all for playing aggressive baseball. Michael Collins just kept running. Mark Reynolds saved a run as he dove to his left and knocked down a hot shot off the bat of Jason Ramos. Tough break for the Kernels as Ramos hit it hard enough to be an RBI single. Mark Reynolds knocked it down, and it only squirted away about 4 feet into shallow left. Michael Collins never broke stride, and the shortstop threw him out at the plate by 10 feet to end the inning. So credit Jason Ramos with the fourth Kernel hit of this game, but no RBI as Michael Collins is thrown out at the plate. It went shortstop to the catcher, 6-2 to end the inning. No runs for the Kernels in the second. A leadoff double wasted, 2 hits. There were no errors committed by the Silverhawks. The Kernels leave one man on and lost a man at the plate. After an inning and a half, the Kernels nothing, South Bend nothing. You're enjoying Kernel baseball in the zone.
Phil Mickelson's figured out how to beat Tiger Woods head-to-head.
It has not ever worked yet. Don't get me wrong. It's not a plan that's worked yet.
But it may someday, and he let Dan Patrick in on the secret.
If he hit his iron shots first, he was so good, he would put it inside me and put more pressure.
You know what? That's interesting philosophy that he put even more pressure because he's hitting his irons before you because you've outdriven him.
Well, not all the time was I able to do that, but when I was trying to go toe-for-toe with him off the tee, he would put even more pressure on me with his iron play, plus trying to drive it that long and keep up with them. I was hitting it a lot more wild, more crooked, missing fairways by a larger margin, which didn't put any pressure on him at all. So for me, when I got paired with him head-to-head at Doral, and I think in the future I'm going to take 20 yards off the tee shot, try to hit cuts in the fairway so that puts pressure off on his tee shots, and also I'm able to hit my iron shots first, which has been my biggest strength the last year and a half, and hopefully put a little more pressure on him.
The Dan Patrick Show on ESPN Radio.
Saturday morning. It's over easy as Scott Unash dishes up the Hy-Vee Coaches Corner here on The Zone. It's a hearty helping of local sports coverage from the Metro and beyond. All the latest prep news, the way only Scott can serve it up, cooked up live from this week's featured Cedar Rapids Marion Hy-Vee Kitchen. Get your Saturday breakfast special by tuning in to the Hy-Vee Coaches Corner, live from the Hy-Vee Kitchen at 4035 Mount Vernon Road Southeast. Only here on The Zone.
Strong right-handed batter, Javier Brito, a right-handed hitter, takes a good cut and fouls one right back over our heads for strike one. We're at the Cove. No score. The Kernels have 4 hits in the first 2 innings. Lost a man at the plate to end the top of this second inning. Rafael Rodriguez on the hill with his 0-1 pitch, and he spins in a slider for a strike called to Brito. Javier's listed at 6'2", 230. He looks more like 6'4", 240. Rafael Rodriguez wastes one outside for ball one. It's 3:36 down the lines here. A dark green padded wall, 12 feet high, and above that is a 4-foot-high green railing. The scoreboard, which is a dominant part of the landscape here, is in deep, deep left center field. Brito rips a pitch into shallow center, and Aaron Peel makes the catch. Javier Brito got good wood on it and hit it right on the button, a sinking line drive. Aaron Peel, playing center field for the first time tonight, was tested, and he made the catch. Had Brito positioned perfectly into left center field, did Aaron Peel. Above the 16-foot-high walls, and by the way, it's 360 to the power alleys here. Above those walls are a pair of steep grass slope seating berms. Then above the seating berms are advertising panels, billboards, if you will. Alan Mottram, a 307 hitter, takes a pitch high, ball one. Now a breaking ball on the outside corner for a strike. Alan Mottram, he's from Methuen, Massachusetts. He went to UMass Lowell, now lives in Andover, Massachusetts. That's home of one of the most prestigious preparatory schools in the country, Phillips Andover. In fact, our president's father, the first President Bush, went to prep school at Andover. Alan Mottram on a 2-1 delivery cues it foul off the end of the stick and rolls it towards the Silverhawk first base dugout. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the right-handed batter with a radically pronounced open stance. We want to congratulate Alan Mottram's father for winning our Colonel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question yesterday. We'll get to that in a moment. His father's name is Alan Mottram Sr. Duenas sets up outside. The pitch is grounded up the middle for a base hit. Alan Mottram is singled the first hit of the night for the Silverhawks, and he must have known we were talking about his father, Alan Mottram Sr., in Andover, Massachusetts, because he stroked a 2-2 delivery through the middle for a single. Yesterday on our Colonel Roadshow Trivia Challenge, we asked you to log on to our website and click on the link that says Roadshow Trivia Challenge and answer this question. Who holds the Los Angeles Dodgers career record for strikeouts? And we had a lot of emails answering Sandy Koufax or Don Drysdale. Well, they are number 3 and 2 on the list. Sandy Koufax is 3rd all-time on the Brooklyn Los Angeles Dodger career record for strikeouts. Big D, Don Drysdale, is 2nd on the list. The number 1 man, Don Sutton. Don Sutton is the all-time career record holder for strikeouts for Dodger pitchers. Alan Mottram Sr. of Andover, Massachusetts knew that, and he won a prize from the Bim Ritter Diamond Shop. Cesar Nicholas, who we haven't seen in this series, he's coming off the disabled list, broke his hand about 2 weeks into the season, takes low, and now ball 2 low and away to Cesar Nicholas. This guy is put together like Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's 6'4", 225, and he's out of Vanderbilt University. He was a 5th-round pick by Arizona last year. And before he was sidelined in 14 games, he was batting .288 with 4 homers, 12 RBIs. So he was off to a great start before he broke his hand. He checks his swing on a pitch low, but the base umpire says he went around. Strike 1 on Cesar Nicholas. This fellow's from Miami, Florida. So he probably knows Sean Rodriguez's father, Johnny Rodriguez. Johnny knows all the talent down in Miami very well. Ooh, a good-looking fastball, and it was ruled inside by the plate umpire, Grant Menke. Cesar Nicholas, born in Queens, New York, 23 years old, and he is a man among men in this game. Uses a menacing black lacquer bat, wears a pair of black batting gloves, has his wrist taped. Maybe we can get him on a double play on this 3-1 delivery. A tap foul towards the Colonel third base dugout. And a full count on Cesar Nicholas. Again, congratulations to Alan Mottram Sr. of Andover, Massachusetts, the father of the runner at first base, Alan Mottram. He correctly identified Don Sutton as the pitcher who holds the Los Angeles Dodger career record for strikeouts. Drysdale and Koufax are 2 and 3. And number 4 is Dazzy Vance. A short lead by Alan Mottram. He's running! And a high pop-up. Nobody can find it. It's coming back towards the backstop. Tommy Duenas found it, and he made the catch. Alert play by Tommy Duenas, as I think Rafael Rodriguez in the Colonel dugout directed Tommy Duenas towards the screen. In fact, Bobby Ramos, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim roving catching instructor, I'm sure had a great deal to do with Tommy Duenas finding that foul pop. In fact, he's sharing a chuckle with Colonel manager Bobby Magallanes. Cesar Nicholas has fouled out for the second out of the South Bend second inning, no score. The batter is Mark Reynolds, a right-handed hitting shortstop, and a changeup is a beauty, a strike called from Rafael Rodriguez. Cesar Nicholas was ahead 3-1, but Rafael Rodriguez got him to foul out right in front of the backstop. That's where Tommy Duenas made the grab. Mark Reynolds, a right-handed hitter with an open stance, lofts it foul over the first base suites here at Kovaleski Stadium. We're in downtown South Bend. There are a number of distinguishing features about this ballpark, which was built in 1987 and really ignited the building boom of new stadiums across the nation. A pitch wasted outside, and Duenas blocked it. It was in the dirt. Tommy prevented the go-ahead run, Alan Mottram, from advancing to second. First and foremost, this stadium does not have a grandstand roof. It's an open-air amphitheater structure, and it was the first stadium to realize that when you go to get your popcorn, soda, Cracker Jack, ice cream, brat, hamburger, you don't want to miss the game. So the concourse has a roof over it, and you can watch the game as you're waiting in line to get your food. Mottram draws the throw, and he's back safely. The dugouts are long here, very long dugouts. And the seats are green behind home plate and extending to the end of the dugouts, then aluminum back bleachers from the dugouts to the end of the line. Swing and a miss by Mark Reynolds, the first strikeout for Rafael Rodriguez, and he again pitches around a one-out base runner. Alan Mottram singled up the middle, but he stalled at first as Rafael got the next two. No runs for South Bend in the second, one hit their first. No Colonel errors. The Silverhawks leave a runner. They've stranded a pair. We go to the top of the third, and it's no score between the Kernels and South Bend. This is Colonel Baseball in the zone.
What should you do with your glass bottles and jars once they're empty? Recycle them, of course. After rinsing the containers out, put the lids in your blue recycling box. Then separate your clear glass from your colored glass and place them in a separate plastic container. Set your glass beside your blue recycling box for curbside collection. City crews will empty the containers and leave your buckets at the curb. Remember to help the earth by putting glass in the recycling and not in the garbage.
It's Greeny and Goalie.
My kids' favorite song in the world is the song YMCA. So I go to Barnes & Noble, and I come across the Village People's Greatest Hits. Okay. So I walk up to pay. And so I'm standing there online. Yeah. And some guy comes up to me and says, "Hey, you're Greeny." Uh-huh. And he said, "Hey, what's up with Goalie?" Whatever, chat's making a little nice conversation. And he says to me, "What are you buying?"
Oh, no.
And all of a sudden, I realize what I'm buying.
What you have in your hands that you now have to show this guy.
So I hold it up. It's the best of the Village People. The look on this guy's face was classic. Yeah. He's like, "Oh, my God, everything they say about you is absolutely right. Gang, we've been trying to tell you. This ain't an act."
It's Mike and Mike in the morning on ESPN Radio.
No score as we go to the third here in South Bend. It's a delightful evening for baseball, and we are so happy that you've joined us here in the zone. I have a note that I want to pass on from my friend and colleague Mike Lockhart. I noted that Bobby Ramos, who's really energized this Colonel Ball Club, meeting us here in South Bend with his enthusiasm and his upbeat personality. He's our roving catching instructor. He was the bullpen catcher for the world champion Anaheim Angels in 2002. Well, there's a connection between Bobby Ramos' former position and this Silverhawk ball club. The Silverhawks have a catcher on their roster. He's disabled with a broken hand, Orlando Mercado. Strike one to Alexi Casilla, now a pitch low. Well, Orlando Mercado's father, Orlando Mercado, is the bullpen catcher for Mike Scioscia and the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, and we thank Mike Lockhart for passing that intriguing bit of information on to us. Swing and a miss by Alexi Casilla. He's in the hole, 1-2 strikes. He's leading off in the third inning, and he takes, a strike on the inside corner. That pitch looked low and inside, and as long as Grant Minke gives it to us, well, we can accept his strike three called on Alexi Casilla. Alexi has hit safely in 9 out of his last 10 games, but so far he's been retired twice tonight. No score, and Nate Sutton bats for the second time. Nate reached on an infield single, and he's 2 for 2 as he strokes a base hit into left center. He's going to turn a single into a double. Nate Sutton's rounding second, and he's going to hold on there. Nate Sutton's 2 for 2. Nate Sutton laced a double into the left center field alley. It got between Javier Brito and Jeremy Millens, went all the way to the wall. And the Kernels have another great scoring chance with 1 out here in the third inning. Nate Sutton is at second base for Sean Rodriguez. My, oh my, whenever Bobby Magallanes puts Nate Sutton into the lineup, the guy helps the ball club. He's 2 for 2 tonight. Sean Rodriguez ripped a 3-1 pitch into left his first time up. He's 1 for 1. A pitch in the dirt, and Wilkin Castillo couldn't find it. He did a kind of a dance and circled Sean Rodriguez. Sean is a good sport and picks up the catcher's mask for him. Wilkin Castillo couldn't find that ball. He ran a circle around it, and Nate Sutton did not advance to third base. Ball 1 to Sean Rodriguez. Right-handed batter bats from a deep crouch and takes ball 2 in the dirt. Sutton will go to third. The throw there, and Nate is safe. Nate is safe at third base. Nate Sutton with daring base running took off on a pitch in the dirt and only rolled about 5 feet to the right of Wilkin Castillo. Wilkin found the handle quickly and threw to third, not in time to get Nate Sutton. And Nate Sutton is at third base with only 1 out. That means the infield comes in for the Silverhawks, and a wild pitch has been charged. A wild pitch has been charged to Coley Kohlberg. Now ball 3 high to Sean Rodriguez. There's a strike, and Sean finds himself with the same count he did back in the first inning. He's ahead 3-1. Runner at third for the Kernels. 1 out, top of the third inning, the infield in. And a strike at the knees, a borderline pitch that went the pitcher's way. It's now a full count to Sean Rodriguez. What a big play by Nate Sutton to go from second to third on a pitch in the dirt that only eluded the catcher, only went 5 feet away from him. Ball 4, that pitch was low and outside. Great discipline by Sean Rodriguez to lay off of it, and the Kernels with 1 out have another scoring threat brewing here in this third inning. First and third, 1 out. Now the infield will come in at the corners. They could come home. The middle of the South Bend infield, Reynolds at short, Bonifácio at second, or at double play depth. I would love to see Bobby Magallanes send Sean Rodriguez to stay out of the double play. Ball 1 just missed low and away. Coley Kohlberg is trying to establish the outside corner of the plate. Sometimes he's getting it from Grant Menke, the plate umpire, and other times he's not. Aaron Peel is even on the count now as he lifts the next pitch foul off to the right, strike 1. No score. The Kernels have had great scoring chances in each of the first 3 innings tonight. Let's see if Sean Rodriguez is going on this 1-1 pitch to try to stay out of the double play. He's not. A pitch in the dirt, and Rodriguez will go to second, trying to score Nate Sutton, and he does! Nate Sutton slices across the plate. Feet first slide, and the Kernels lead it 1-0 here in the third inning. It's the second wild pitch unleashed by Coley Kohlberg, the starter. Not only did it allow Sean Rodriguez to advance to second, but Nate Sutton dashed home and beat the throw with the pitcher covering from catcher Wilkin Castillo, and the Kernels lead it 1-0. Let's see if Aaron Peel can add to that lead with a base hit. Rodriguez at second. A 2-1, a slider, and a swing and a miss by Aaron Peel, strike 2. Well, Nate Sutton has almost single-handedly put the Kernels ahead here in the third inning. Sean Rodriguez is in scoring position at second, and the Kernels hope for something good from their .310 hitting cleanup batter, Aaron Peel. He's jammed, and he swings and misses, strike 3. Aaron Peel was tied up in nuts on a good pitch right in on his thumbs, and he strikes out swinging. That's the 4th strikeout for Coley Kohlberg. Well, let's see if Drew Sutton can come through with something good and big with 2 out. Drew was caught looking a pitch in the dirt, and Sean Rodriguez thought about trying for third, but thought better of it. It's a good decision by Sean, as Wilkin Castillo has been given a full-scale workout in his black shin guards, his black chest protector, his black batting helmet. Castillo has had to block no less than 4 or 5 pitches in the dirt here in the third inning. Drew Toussaint struck out looking on 3 pitches in the first inning. Drew took a changeup in the dirt for ball 1 here in the third inning. 1-0 Kernels, and let's see if Drew can bring home Sean Rodriguez. A fastball rides high, and it's 2-0 to Drew Toussaint. A double and a pair of wild pitches scored Nate Sutton with the game's first run. Now the South Bend right-hander lifts his leg and whirls and looks Sean Rodriguez back to the bag at second. The outfield plays Drew Toussaint deep and straight away. Swing and a miss by Drew as he reached out for a fastball high and away, strike one. There was one game this afternoon on the State Farm Major League scoreboard, and we'll give you the result of that slugfest in Philadelphia after this next delivery to Drew Toussaint. Right-handed batter. Ball 3 just outside. State Farm Insurance agents Al Shetler, Dale Thompson, Gary Shubat, and Lanny Peterson bring us our initial look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard. And at Philadelphia this afternoon, the Diamondbacks, the parent club of the Silverhawks, beat the Phillies 10-8. Swing and a tip foul into the glove of the catcher Castillo, and the count full now to Drew Toussaint. Again, Arizona in a slugfest, 10, Philadelphia 8, earlier this afternoon at Citizens Bank Ballpark. Kohlberg to Toussaint. A curve, and it's lifted down the right field line. It's a foul ball. 3 Silverhawks chase it, and it's just beyond all 3 of their reach. The man that got closest to it, lumbering way down that right field line, was Cesar Nicholas. Uh-oh, a fan may be hurt. Somebody's calling for aid down the right field line. The second baseman, Emilio Bonifácio, indicating that some fella got hit on the head with that foul ball. And immediately a security first aid man is dispatched. He's racing on top of the Silverhawk dugout, and he's down there quickly. Some fella got hit on the head, and the South Bend second baseman, Emilio Bonifácio, called for help. Another 3-2 pitch to Toussaint. And he just got a piece of it, fouled it straight back. Now we have that, well, what do they call it when traffic stops and everybody is gawking at the wreck? Rubbernecking going on here at Kovaleski Stadium. Swing and a miss by Drew Toussaint as Colby Kohlberg strikes him out for the second time with a high fastball. Well, the Kernels take the lead in this game. We should have a lot more runs than we do, but we'll take the one we have. 1 run in the third on 1 hit, a walk, 2 wild pitches, no Silverhawk errors. The Kernels leave their 4th man stranded, leaving Sean Rodriguez at second. He was there with only 1 out. Back to the hill goes 20-year-old Dominican right-hander Rafael Rodriguez, and after 2.5, the Kernels lead South Bend 1-0. You're enjoying Kernel Baseball here in the Zone.
I'm Dave Shea. For 35 years, I was a news anchor for Channel 2. You may also have seen me driving around Cedar Rapids in my Honda Accord. Well, I retired from broadcasting, but I haven't given up my Honda. For years, I've told friends they should consider owning a Honda, specifically from Randy Keel Honda. Randy is a local dealer with 13 years of experience in matching drivers to the right vehicle. He has a fine selection of new Hondas, as well as quality pre-owned vehicles. And more than just a reliable service department, Randy Keel Honda offers Honfidence, a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty on every new vehicle sold. You can take my word for it, but you may also want to talk with other Honda owners. They're people you know, your friends, your neighbors, maybe even your relatives. And you can do more homework by logging on to Randy's website at www.randykeel.com. I'm a satisfied Honda owner, and I'm sure you will be too. See Randy Keel Honda today on Centerpoint Road Northeast.
People say that I can't decide things. They are so wrong, but I could be wrong about that.
A U.S. Bank check card with checking that pays gives you a choice of rewards, like cash, points for merchandise and gift certificates, World Perks miles, or even sweepstakes entries.
Easy decision. I'll take the cash. No, it's a sweep.
Sign up at your local U.S. Bank or call 1-800-720-BANK.
I've made up my mind to put off my decision. That is final.
U.S. Bank.
No, wait.
See banker for complete details. Member FDIC.
Remember, Reggie will be at Veterans Memorial Stadium on Friday, June 17th, a 7 o'clock start. We'll be playing the Burlington Bees, and Reggie will be there. He'll have you laughing and grinning and smiling the whole evening. He's a premier entertainment act, a mascot. Reggie. Friday, June 17th, it's also Marengo night at the ballpark, and then the Girl Scouts will be holding their annual camp over on the outfield grass after the game, during which Reggie will be entertaining. Friday, June 17th. Wilkin Castillo leads off for the Silverhawks and slices the first pitch foul off to the left. Wilkins, the switch hitter, batting left. 7 for 22 against Kernel pitching in 6 games. Overall, he's batting .299. 3 homers, 15 RBIs. Switch hitter batting left. And he lifts one in the air to left center. Drew Toussaint is underneath it and calls for it and has it. Wilkin Castillo is retired for the first out of the 3rd inning on a fly ball to left. 1-0 Kernels here in the 3rd inning. Spectacular fireworks will follow the Kernel game Saturday, June 18th. Commercial Federal Bank brings you fireworks Saturday, June 18th. It's also Anamosa night. Boy, those fireworks are so popular. They're exhilarating is what they are. They're fun for everybody. Emilio Bonifácio just took a page out of the book of Rod Carew, the Hall of Famer. He moved his feet in the batter's box and tried to base one by the third baseman, Jason Ramos, but he swung and missed at the pitch. Now another swing and a miss on a good dipping changeup from Rafael Rodriguez. Jason Ramos was way in on the grass at third, and Bonifácio tried to slash one right down his throat, but he missed, and now he's in the hole 0-2. He just stays alive as he rattles one foul off the shin guards of catcher Tommy Duenas. Great to have you with us here from South Bend, where the Kernels lead it in the 3rd inning, 1-0. The 0-2 to Bonifácio. The crowd oohs and ahs as Rafael Rodriguez let one get away from him. It sailed over the head of Duenas, the plate umpire, and it hit the base of the backstop on the fly. Ball 1 to Emilio Bonifácio. He started the action for South Bend in the bottom of the 1st when he grounded out to second. 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, 1-0 Kernels. Emilio takes a changeup in the dirt for ball 2. Fireworks Saturday, June 18th. Brought to you by Commercial Federal Bank. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the switch-hitting leadoff batter who wears his black socks up high, and now ball 3 rides high and away. Don't want to lose him after getting ahead of him 0-2, especially with his base-stealing abilities. Bonifácio is 2nd in the league. He's stolen 23 out of 32 bases attempts this year. He's been successful 23 out of 32 times. The count is full, and Rafi brings it. Strike 3 called. Emilio Bonifácio tried to bilk the umpire into giving him a walk as he started towards first base, but Grant Menke rang him up for the 2nd out of the inning. I think we have some good news to share with you. I believe tonight's game is a sellout. I thought I overheard someone saying that it was a sellout. Mike Lockhart, our colleague, the Director of Public Relations Media Relations and Public Relations with the Silverhawks. Mike, I can pick up things in my crowd, Mike, and I thought I heard a fella say this was a sellout. Is there any truth to that? We're pretty close to a sellout. Nearly 5,000 folks here on Dollar Mondays. Everything's $1, including admission. Rafael Rodriguez has fallen behind the number 2 hitter Jeremy Millens, 2-0. A red letter date to mark on your calendar, Saturday, June 18th. Post-game fireworks following the Kernel's 7 o'clock start at home against Clinton. Millens takes a strike at the knees on the outside corner from Rafael Rodriguez. Rafi has walked a man, given up a hit in 2 2/3 innings, and struck out 2. He just got Emilio Bonifácio looking on a full count delivery. Jeremy Millens takes way outside, ball 3. Millens walked in the first inning. The reason you know we have a big crowd here tonight is the grass slope seating berms above the left field and right field walls are pretty full, especially the one in left field. Still room for a lot more folks, but they're more populated than they have been so far. Millens cracks the 3-1 pitch high in the air to right. Jordan Renz doesn't have to move a step to make the catch and end the inning. Jeremy Millens skies to right, and a 1-2-3 inning for right-hander Rafael Rodriguez. He's seeking his 5th win of the season. And after 3, Kernels 1, Silverhawks nothing. You're listening to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
How would you like your next home buying or selling experience and lending process to be handled beautifully under one roof? If that's the way you want your real estate and mortgage needs to be met, select Todd Financial Services. Securing your loan and helping you find or sell your home is what Todd Financial Services does better than traditional banks and real estate firms. You'll be fully informed, supported, and taken care of so that buying, selling, or financing your home will be a pleasurable experience. Todd Financial Services, eager to meet all of your mortgage and real estate needs under one roof.
Forbes.com Small Business Report, brought to you by Sam's Club.
We'll look at financing your new business in a moment.
America is a country of entrepreneurs, and if you're a small business owner, you're helping shoulder the lion's share of the U.S. economy. You can lighten that load a little at Sam's Club. To save you time, we offer click and pull and fax and pull. Place your order online at samsclub.com or by fax before 5 p.m. And at no extra charge, it's ready to pick up as early as 7 a.m. the next day. Now that's teamwork, and we're proud to be a small part of your team. Sam's Club. We are in business for small business.
There are 2 basic types of financing. Equity, usually not possible for small businesses, and debt. A solid business plan is crucial if you're trying to get a loan from a bank. Other entrepreneurs dip into their personal savings. Whichever way you go, starting a new business burns cash, and you've got to be sure you have enough to carry you until the business begins to make money of its own. For more on this and other stories, go to Forbes.com.
Michael Collins laced a leadoff double into the right center field alley his first time up. Now he bounces one to deep short. Long throw by Mark Reynolds just in time. I'll tell you what, I've seen Mark Reynolds now for the 7th game. He's not flashy, but this kid can play shortstop. Mark Reynolds. He only has 2 errors this season. Now, a lot of times, the number of errors you have or don't have is nowhere near an indication of how good you are in the field. But Reynolds covers a lot of ground, and he has a cannon for an arm. I'd take our Sean Rodriguez any day over any shortstop in this league just because Sean is only 20 years old and he has so many different tools he can help a ball club win a game with. But nonetheless, we give praise where it's due, and Mark Reynolds deserves praise. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jordan Renz. Now a strike on the outside corner. Renz retired on a fly ball to right in the 2nd inning. He's 0 for 1. 1-0 Kernels here in the top of the 4th inning. A swing and a miss on a high fastball, and Jordan Renz is disposed of quickly by Coley Kohlberg, the 22-year-old right-hander out of the University of Arizona. Kohlberg is trying to retire the Kernels in order for the first time tonight. Kernels about hit South Bend 5-1 and lead it 1-0. Kohlberg is from the state of Texas, yet he went to the University of Arizona. You wonder how the Longhorns missed out on him. Ball 1 is low to Tommy Duenas, who struck out his first time up. Tommy's been looking a little bit better with the bat recently, and he chops one foul to his skipper coaching at third, Bobby Magallanes. 1-1 to Tommy Duenas. Just past 8 o'clock here in South Bend. You're listening to Kernel Baseball on ESPN Radio 1600, KCRG, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Our in-studio engineer is Jake Lentz. Tommy Duenas rolls one, and now it takes a big charity hop to Augustine Murillo, who throws out Tommy Duenas. What an easy go of it Coley Kohlberg had in the 4th inning. The Kernels had runners all over the base paths in the first 3 innings, but here in the 4th, they're shut down quickly in order. And after 3.5, Rafael Rodriguez back to the hill with a 1-0 lead. This is Kernel Baseball in the zone.
So, you finally get home from one of those impossibly stressful days. You're exhausted, your feet hurt, and you throw yourself on the couch to relax and read the Gazette. You've scanned the headlines, read a couple advice columns, and are enjoying the local stories in the community section. You're getting ready to look through the inserts to see where the big sales are this week when it hits you. It's nearly dinner time and you don't have anything planned. But then, just as you start to panic, salvation. A coupon in the Gazette with a 2-for-1 pizza special. You grab the phone and make the call. The kids will be happy. Your husband will be impressed with the great deal you got. And best of all, you'll get another 20 minutes of quiet time to read the Gazette.
Want to know more than me? Less than $20 a month will get you there. Call 398-8333 today to subscribe to the Gazette.
The Gazette. Now you know.
New summer men's clothing has arrived at Bauman & Company in Mount Vernon, just in time for Father's Day. You'll find exciting colors for summer. There's a full selection of regular sizes, and this area's best selection of big and tall sizes. That includes sportswear, dresswear, and workwear. Bauman's is open Monday till 7 and Thursday nights till 8. There's plenty of free parking. If you're big or tall, short or small, Bauman fits them all, and has since 1909. Bauman & Company Men's Clothing, located in uptown Mount Vernon.
This game is moving quickly. It's the 7th meeting between the Kernels and South Bend. The Kernels lodged in 8th place in the 8-team Western Division first half standings with a record of 24-33. South Bend is 34-23. They lead the East, and the Kernels 8-1 winners yesterday behind Fernando Rodriguez Jr. are ahead here tonight through 3.5, 1-0. The Kernels have actually outscored the Silverhawks in the first 6 games between our two ball clubs, 31-29. Well, here comes the heavy thunder for South Bend, starting with Augustine Murillo. Murillo flew out to right his first time up. Father's Day is Sunday, June 19th. Meet me at the stadium because you can treat Dad to a great Father's Day brunch. Augustine Murillo lifts one way back in right center. On the run are 2 Kernel outfielders. Neither can get it. It's in between Wren and Aaron Peel, and it's a leadoff double for Augustine Murillo. Augustine Murillo, it was just a matter of time before he showed his great offense in this series, and he's doubled into the right center field alley, swinging at the first pitch, and that gives the Silverhawks a chance to tie the game here in the 4th inning, a runner at second with nobody out. Father's Day brunch at the ballpark Sunday, June 19th. If it's anything like the Mother's Day brunch, which was a spectacular success, you'll want to make sure Dad is treated from 11 o'clock till 2, an all-you-can-eat Father's Day brunch, and the price of the brunch includes a ticket to the ball game. It's just $17 for adults, $12 for kids 12 and under. Carlos González will try to hit the ball on the right side of the infield on the ground and get Augustine Murillo over to third. Carlos took low, ball 1. This guy can flat out hit. There's ball 2 downstairs to the left-handed batter. He just does not swing. It pitches out of the strike zone. A remarkable discipline, a remarkable knowledge of the strike zone for a kid just 19 years old, Carlos González. Oh, the Diamondbacks have something in this kid. I'm telling you, they really do. He can flat out play. He takes low for ball 3. Let's see if the skipper, Mark Haley, turns him loose with the tying run at second and nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The last pitch by Rodriguez was over but low. Here's the 3-0 from Rafael. They turned him loose all right, and he corks it foul on the ground past first base. He almost picked off Tony Dello. Now, wait a minute. That is not Tony Dello coaching at first. That's a position player. I'd know Tony Dello. He's only 5 feet 3 inches tall. Apparently one of the men on the disabled list. Orlando Mercado is coaching at first base for South Bend. The 3-1 from Rodriguez. Instead, Rafael steps off the rubber and glares at the tying run at second, Agustin Murillo. Agustin Murillo belted a double between Peel and Renz into the right center field alley to lead off this fourth inning. 1-0 Kernels. A bouncer to first, and there's the kind of player I'm talking about Carlos González is. He'll be treated like he just hit a home run in the first base Silverhawk dugout. He gives himself up, bounces one to Michael Collins, who makes the play unassisted for the first out of the inning. On to third, the tying run, Agustin Murillo, and the batter, Javier Brito. I'm a little bit surprised in a 1-0 game that the Kernels here in the fourth inning are keeping the infield back, but now that I think about it, it makes sense. Why bring the infield in the fourth inning? You'll trade a run for an out in this situation. Maybe Rodriguez can get a strikeout or pop-up and prevent the Silverhawks from tying this game. Ball one is high to Javier Brito, who flew out to center his first time up. Great chance for the Silverhawks, who've been out hit 5-2 to tie this game here in the fourth inning, with big Javier Brito batting with a runner at third and one out. Right-handed hitter. Strike one. Pumped in on the inside edge to Brito from the Colonel 20-year-old right-hander. Rafael leans in to get his sign. Infield back, they'll trade a run for an out. Brito bats with virtually no bend in his knees. And clubs one fair ball in front of the plate, and the runner is out. The batter's out. What a heads-up play by Tommy Duenas. Javier Brito forgot to run, and now Mark Haley's going to argue that that ball was not a fair ball. It was bounced right in front of home plate. Fair ball. Tommy Duenas fielded it and tagged the batter out for what should be the second out of the inning. Now Mark Haley, the skipper of the Silverhawks, is going to argue the call. Mark Haley is pleading his case to the plate umpire, but I don't think Grant Menke is going to change his call. What a pivotal out in this game right now. Javier Brito chopped one in front of home plate. He didn't see it. Tommy Duenas did. Brito made the mistake of standing at home plate. You should always run if you can't find where you've hit the ball. You can never go wrong by running towards first base. You're never going to look foolish. And Brito was caught standing at home plate for the second out of the inning, an unassisted putout for Tommy Duenas. Now Alan Mottram, who has a hit in this game, drives one way back and right. Way back. Renz is there, and Jordan has it up against the wall. Jordan Renz caught it up against the wall to end the inning. Oh, brother, the Kernels avoid a threat by the Silverhawks to tie this game as Alan Mottram drove it way back in right field, and at the base of the 12-foot-high padded wall, Jordan Renz caught it to end the inning. A leadoff double by the Silverhawks is down the tubes. No runs, one hit for South Bend. No Colonel errors. The Silverhawks leave a runner, their third stranded of the night. We go to the top of the fifth inning already here at the Cove, and the Colonels maintain a 1-0 lead over the Silverhawks. You're enjoying Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
A triple play, a rarity on the diamond, but produced successfully every day at South Slope Communications in North Liberty. The South Slope Communications triple play consists of voice, video, and data communications for your home or business. Achieve your communications triple play with South Slope Communications. South Slope is committed to providing the latest communications technology to their members while continuing to give service second to none. South Slope can provide your home or business with just about everything that connects you to information. Digital wireless phones, long-distance plans, data home and business wiring, video conferencing, dial-up and high-speed internet service, fiber optic installation and termination, and coming soon to all local servicing areas, digital video TV service. South Slope also rents out a beautiful community center event room in their magnificent new building in North Liberty. When you need anything in the communications field, select South Slope Communications. Visit them at southslope.com.
Step up to the plate this summer and nominate your favorite Cedar Rapids Colonel for the Rockwell Collins Fans Choice Award. Every time you catch a Colonels game, fill out a Fans Choice ballot to recognize the efforts of your favorite ball player. Then drop the ballot in the designated box at the souvenir stand. During the season's final homestand, Rockwell Collins will present the Fans Choice Trophy to the player with the most votes and make a donation to that player's favorite charity. Rockwell Collins and the Cedar Rapids Kernels, partners on and off the field.
Number 9 hitter in the Allen Motor Company order, Jason Ramos, had a good swing at the first pitch from right-hander Coley Kohlberg and fouled it straight back, and now nubbing one foul off the umpire. It rolls into fair ground, strike 2 on Jason Ramos. Jason reached on an infield single, a hard-hit ball on which Mark Reynolds, the South Bend shortstop, took a run away from the Kernels in the second inning. The ball ricocheted off his glove into shallow left, and he threw Michael Collins out from second for the final out of the inning. A late swing and a miss by Jason Ramos, and the strikeouts are starting to mount for Coley Kohlberg, the right-hander. He has now recorded his 7th strikeout of the game, and we're only in the top of the 5th inning, 1-0 Kernels. 7 strikeouts for the Silverhawk starter. Last year, Kohlberg, the 22-year-old right-hander from Texas by way of the University of Arizona, last year he pitched in 22 games in relief for Yakima, was 1-3. He delivers a strike to Alexi Casilla, our South Slope Communications Triple Play Show guest. Now a ball low to Alexi. Ball 2 is downstairs. Casilla, switch hitter, batting left, has hit safely in 9 out of his last 10 games. He's 12 for 27 against the Silverhawks on the season. He's grounded to short and struck out looking so far tonight. Nobody on, 1 out in the Colonel's 5th inning. Ball 3 inside to Alexi Casilla. It's your chance now to earn a prize from the Bim Ritter Diamond Shop. All you have to do is log on to our website at Number over the mound. Mark Reynolds charges and throws, not in time. Oh, Alexi Casilla batting from the left side of the plate. It made all the difference as he legs out the second infield single of the night for the Kernels. Alexi Casilla, who's 12 out of 15 in stolen base attempts, bounced one over the hill. Mark Reynolds did everything he could, came in, and behind the hill fielded it through, not in time, and Alexi Casilla's aboard. The batter now is Nate Sutton. A throw to first, and Alexi just got back safely. Your chance to earn a prize from the Bim Ritter Diamond Shop by logging on to our website at www.kernels.com, Kernels.com. A throw to first, and Casilla just got back in time again. He looks like a midget compared to big Cesar Nicholas holding him on at first base. Well, you could say the opposite. Nicholas looks like the Jolly Green Giant compared to Alexi. Nate Sutton's 2 for 2, and he looks at a strike on the outside corner. Nate singled in the first, doubled, and scored the game's only run in the 3rd inning. A throw to first, and Casilla back standing up this time. After you've logged on to our website to answer our Colonel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question, click on the link that... A wild throw past first base. Let's see how far Alexi Casilla can go. He's rounding second. He's racing towards third. Carlos Gonzalez heaves it back to the third baseman, and all the way to third goes Alexi Casilla. Well, we talked on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show about what a difference Alexi Casilla has made to this ball club. He is an igniter, a catalyst, an exciting ball player. Once he gets on base, he can really disrupt an entire defense. And he's done so again here successfully in the 5th inning. The infield comes in for the play at the plate. The throw by Coley Kohlberg was low, and it got by Cesar Nicholas, a throwing error committed by the pitcher. Now Nate Sutton watches a ball ride high and outside, 1-1. Can Nate Sutton help the Kernels add to their 1-0 lead here in the top of the 5th inning? Swing and a miss on a changeup, strike 2. Nate's the key man in the inning now, the infield in for the play at the plate. Alexi Casilla at third with 1 out. Nate Sutton with a wide stance. He'll try to put the ball in play here. He does as he lifts one into center. That'll score Casilla easily. Catching the ball out in center for the second out of the inning is Jeremy Millens, and scoring easily from third is Alexi Casilla. 2-0 Kernels. How about Nate Sutton? Sutton got the job done with his 7th RBI of the year. He lifted it into left center field. Jeremy Millens caught it. Didn't even try to throw home as Alexi Casilla dashed home standing up with the second Kernel run of the game, and it gives the Kernels a 2-0 lead here in the top of the 5th inning. Nate Sutton delivers the run home. Now a strike called to Sean Rodriguez. That is an unearned run, but the Kernels took advantage of the error by the pitcher, Coley Kohlberg, who advanced Casilla from first to third on a wild pickoff throw. 2 out, nobody on, and a changeup is just low to Sean Rodriguez. Sean is singled and walked. 2-0 Kernels here in the top of the 5th inning. We'll give you our Kernel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question in a moment as Sean lays off a pitch outside, ball 2. You've logged on to our website at www.kernels.com, and you've clicked on the link that says Kernel Roadshow Trivia Challenge. Sean Rodriguez lifts one foul down the first base side, strike 2. After you click on the link that says Kernel Roadshow Trivia Challenge, email us your name, address, and phone number. Your name, address, and phone number. Then tell us who was the first switch hitter to lead the National League in hitting. Who was the first switch hitter to lead the National League in batting? Ball 4 to Sean Rodriguez. Sean walks for the second time. He reaches base for the 3rd straight time. And there's a reason Sean Rodriguez is second in the league in runs scored. It's because he reaches base frequently. And he has 15 stolen bases in 22 tries. Wilkin Castillo is very good behind the plate. A good catch and throw guy is Bobby Ramos. There goes Sean, a pitch high, the throw to second, and it's in time. Sean Rodriguez is thrown out by Wilkin Castillo, and it was Emilio Bonifácio who took the throw to end the inning. Caught stealing, and went 2-4, and it'll be Aaron Peel leading off the 6th inning for the Kernels. In the 5th, 1 run for the Kernels. On 1 hit, 1 big Silverhawk error, the first by either team tonight. The Kernels leave the bases empty. Our Kernel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question. Who was the first switch hitter to lead the National League in batting? Who was the first switch hitter to lead the National League in batting? Email us your answer along with your name, address, and phone number. If you've been one of our previous 29 Kernel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question winners, please do not email us. Certainly play along wherever you're tuned in this evening. We go to the home half of the 5th, and the Kernels now lead South Bend 2-0. You're tuned to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
Ahern Plumbing and Heating now offers all their services under one roof. Whether your house needs plumbing work, you're remodeling a kitchen, want to give your bathroom a facelift, or simply need a new air conditioner or furnace installed, Ahern can do it. And you can trust Ahern Plumbing and Heating's professional installation on every project, big or small. Call on the team that Eastern Iowans have trusted for nearly 40 years. The A-Team at Ahern Plumbing and Heating. Call 393-4872.
Ahern Plumbing and Heating.
Cedar Rapids' oldest wholesale greenhouse is also Cedar Rapids' newest full-service landscaping center. Cedar Rapids Greenhouses has been serving Eastern Iowa wholesalers for 50 years at the corner of Johnson Avenue and Edgewood Road behind Guppy's on the Go. Along with their garden center and brand new floral shop, Cedar Rapids Greenhouses offers a full selection of landscaping products and services. If you're searching for the right beautification project, let the trained landscape designers at Cedar Rapids Greenhouses help you create a unique plan for your home improvement efforts. They will work within your budget and taste, and they do free estimates. If you want to do it yourself, walk through their expansive 4-acre in-town location and choose from a wide variety of trees, shrubs, or blooming plants. Cedar Rapids Greenhouses has a full line of annuals, perennials, and a variety of magnolias, maples, and lilacs. For the highest quality and wholesale prices, see the difference at Cedar Rapids Greenhouses, Eastern Iowa's newest garden center, floral shop, and full-service landscapers, corner of Johnson Avenue and Edgewood Roads Northwest.
The Kernels hold a 2-0 lead over the Eastern Division leading South Bend Silverhawks. They have the best record in the Midwest League, 34-23. And they'll send Cesar Nicholas to the plate to lead off against Rafael Rodriguez, who delivers a strike, a fastball on the inside corner. The Kernels have out-hit South Bend 6-2 and lead the game 2-0. Cesar Nicholas bends over at the waist and tips one foul toward the Kernel third base dugout. He's in the hole, 0-2. Cesar Nicholas sidelined with a broken hand after 2 weeks into the he suffered that injury about 2 weeks into the season. He was batting .288 with 4 homers, 12 runs driven in only 14 games. And he's caught looking on an 0-2 slider from Rafael Rodriguez. Cesar Nicholas has gone on 3 pitches to start the Silverhawks 5th inning. 2-0 Kernels. Let's repeat our Kernel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question for you. Who was the first switch hitter to lead the National League in hitting? Who was the first switch hitter to lead the National League in hitting? Email us at www.kernels.com. Well, no, don't email us there. Log on there. Here's a bouncer to third, and it's Sean Rodriguez backing up Jason Ramos, who makes a terrific play. I don't know how Sean even saw that bouncing ball. Jason Ramos did the right thing by trying to cut it off, but in his attempt to get to it first, he screened Sean Rodriguez. Sean came in, and with his momentum carrying him towards home plate, he scissor-kicked, he pedaled his legs, and had enough on his throw, plenty on his throw, to get Mark Reynolds, one great shortstop, retires another terrific shortstop, and there are 2 gone here quickly in the South Bend 5th inning. Squaring to bunt and taking a pitch that looked very good from here for a ball, Wilkin Castillo. Man, that pitch looked like a strike. Wilkin Castillo flew out to left his first time up. Those steps again to answer our Kernel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question. A ground ball to first. Michael Collins has it and runs to the base ahead of the batter, Wilkin Castillo. And what an easy 5th inning for Rafael Rodriguez. He just brushes aside easily the lower third of this vaunted South Bend order, retiring the Silverhawks 1-2-3-0 across for the second time in 5 innings. Let's give you those steps to take again to answer our Kernel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question. Log on to our website, www.kernels.com, Kernels. Then click on the special link that says Roadshow Trivia Challenge. As you click on that, email us your name, address, and phone number and the answer to this question for a chance to win a prize from the Bim Ritter Diamond Shop. Who was the first switch hitter to lead the National League in batting? We go to the top of the 6th inning, a fast-moving Game 3 of a 4-game set with the Eastern Division leading Silverhawks, and the Kernels are on top of South Bend 2-0. This is Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
Do dragonflies really breathe fire? Maybe we can't answer a thought-provoking question like that. But Phil Andrews, your Pekin insurance professional at Weidenhammer Andrews Agency, can answer all your insurance questions. Phil Andrews is an insurance expert, and he can help you with all kinds of protection: auto, home, life, health, and business. Phil Andrews, your Pekin insurance agent at Weidenhammer Andrews, has all the right answers for the right insurance coverages for you and your family.
There's always something special at Seagulls. See the difference in our jewelry at Seagulls. Our family always gives you more of what you're looking for. Diamonds, watches, gold, and more. You'll love the experience in our store. There's always something special at Seagulls.
Fathers, your special day is coming, and Seagulls is the answer to all of your needs. Father's Day specials include Seiko and Pulsar watches from $49, gold neck chains and bracelets 30 to 50% off, money clips and tie tacks 20 to 40% off. Or ask your wife for a nice pre-owned stereo system or color TV. Pre-owned cordless power tools and saws 50% off retail. Seagulls with 2 locations, downtown and First Avenue Northeast, next to Best Buy.
There's always something special at Seagulls.
A .310 average, 7 homers, 27 RBIs, was at the plate when Wilkin Castillo gunned out Sean Rodriguez trying to steal second and the Kernel 5th, and ball 1 is high from Coley Kohlberg. Now mashing one foul outside of third is Aaron Peel. The Silverhawks have action down in their right field bullpen as we start the top of the 6th inning. 2-0 Kernels. Swing and a miss. Peel got jammed, and man, that's a tough pitch to hit. That pitch thrown right in on your thumbs, and Aaron could not connect with it. He's in the hole, 1-2. Now a breaking pitch. Aaron went around, and Aaron Peels had a tough night at the plate against Coley Kohlberg. He strikes out for the second time, and that's the 8th strikeout for this Silverhawk starter. The Kernels scored single runs in the 3rd and 5th innings. Drew Toussaint has struck out twice. He swings and misses, strike one. Let's see who that right-hander is up in the Silverhawk bullpen. Ball one is low and away to Drew Toussaint. It's Esmerling Vasquez. Esmerling Vasquez is warming up for the South Bend Ball Club in their right field bullpen. Drew Toussaint grounds one to third. It's an easy play for Augustine Murillo, who throws in time, and there are 2 gone quickly in the Colonel 6th inning. Drew Toussaint grounds out to third, and that brings up Michael Collins. Collins has doubled in this game. He led off the 2nd inning with his 9th double of the year, and on a 2-out infield single by Jason Ramos was cut down trying to score the game's first run back in the 2nd inning. Michael grounded out to short, leading off the 4th inning. A curve is low and outside to Collins. The scoreboard here at Kovaleski Stadium is in deep left center field, and it towers over the grass slope seating berm. Michael Collins goes fishing for a curveball low and away. He didn't get it. Strike one. 2 away and nobody on for the Kernels in the top of the 6th inning. It's a 2-0 game in favor of the Kernels. Ball one, or ball two, just missed inside to Michael Collins. Following the Father's Day game, which, again, you can treat Dad to brunch on Sunday, June 19th from 11 to 2, you can play catch with Dad on the field after that ball game. Bring your gloves and baseballs and treat Dad to a game of catch following the 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock brunch. Remember, the brunch, over 500 enjoyed it on Mother's Day, and we listen to you fans. The majority of you. Here's a bouncer to third. Augustine Murillo charges it and has it on one hop and unloads from near the mound in time to get Michael Collins. You fans that enjoyed the Mother's Day brunch clamored and told us you'd love the same thing for Father's Day, and the Colonel Brass has acquiesced, and they're glad to offer a Father's Day brunch on Sunday, June 19th. It starts at 11 o'clock and goes till 2. $17 for all you can eat and the game. Only $12 for kids 12 and under, and then you can play catch after the game on Father's Day, Sunday, June 19th. Coley Kohlberg sets the Kernels down in order in the top of the 6th inning, and after 5.5 at Kovaleski Stadium, it's the Kernels 2, the Silverhawks nothing. This is Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
All across eastern Iowa, more and more people hear this sound at the scene of breaking news. Newscopter 9, bringing you the news anywhere, anytime. Newscopter 9 has the speed and mobility to be on the scene of breaking news in minutes, bringing you live reports with its exclusive bird's-eye view of the story as it unfolds. Newscopter 9, taking news coverage to new heights, only from your 24-hour news source, KCRG TV 9.
Race fans, want the inside scoop on what's going on in the world of IMCA racing? Listen each Saturday morning at 8 a.m. for In the Pits from the IMCA Motorsports Radio Network. John and Jr. take you around the Midwest and the country with the latest news, results, and interviews with the nation's top drivers.
Hi, I'm Doug Thompson of the IMCA Motorsports Radio Network. I hope you get a chance to catch John and Jr. and In the Pits every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. from KCRG 1600 AM, The Zone from Cedar Rapids.
The weather is getting warmer, and Dr. Pepper 7-Up has plenty of cool and refreshing drinks to help satisfy your thirst. This week, you can find your favorite 12-pack and 2-liter Dr. Pepper 7-Up products on sale at Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vee stores. Dr. Pepper 7-Up features a wide variety of flavors in both 12-pack cans and 2-liter bottles, so stock up this week. Dr. Pepper 7-Up and the Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vee stores, proud supporters of area high school athletics.
South Bend has the top of their order up in the bottom of the 6th inning, and it's 2-0 Kernels. Emilio Bonifácio swings at a changeup, strike one. Emilio is 0 for 2 tonight, a .260 hitting leadoff batter in his second year with South Bend. Switch hitter batting left against Kernel starter Rafael Rodriguez, who's been brilliant through the first 5. A high fly ball lofted down the left field line. Drew Toussaint backpedaling a bit to squeeze it, and that's one away here in the 6th inning, and it is now 7 in a row retired by Rafael Rodriguez. Rafael beat this South Bend Ball Club and Colby Kohlberg back on May 27th. Remember, that kicked off the Memorial Day weekend. Rafael Rodriguez pitched 5 2/3 innings against the Silverhawks at home on the 27th of May, and in 5 2/3 he surrendered 4 runs on 6 hits in 5 2/3, struck out 4 and walked 2. As good as he was then, he's been even better tonight against South Bend. Jeremy Millins grounds one on 2 hops to Sean Rodriguez. His throw is high, but a terrific play at first by Michael Collins. Michael had to leave the base. Sean's throw sailed on him to the home plate side of first. No panic by Michael Collins. He leapt high, nabbed the ball first, and then tagged the runner for the out. Jeremy Millins' first pitch swinging is bounced out to short, and that is now 8 in a row retired by Rafael Rodriguez. Augustine Murillo at the plate. And ball one darts down and into the dangerous .330 hitter with 10 homers, 39 RBIs. Murillo, the last batter to reach against Rafael Rodriguez, a leadoff double in the 4th inning. He pops one foul beyond the reach of Michael Collins, who trots over into foul ground. It's up on the roof of the suites to our right here at Coveleski Stadium. It's 1-1 to Augustine Murillo. Rafael Rodriguez starts with his glove up in front of his face, brings his glove down and then up to his chest, and a big league slider is strike 2 called to Augustine Murillo. Base is empty, 2 gone in the South Bend 6th inning, 2-0 Kernels. Rafael Rodriguez into his windup. The next delivery is chopped to shortstop. Sean Rodriguez gloves it above the bill of his cap, fires to first to get Augustine Murillo, and in the inning, that is now 9 straight retired by the Kernel 20-year-old Dominican right-hander, Rafael Rodriguez. 9 in a row for Rafael Rodriguez. He sends the Kernels into the top of the 7th inning with a 2-0 lead over the Silverhawks. This is Kernel Baseball in the zone.
And it is done. We attack at lunch.
No, they will expect that. We attack at dinner too.
Excellent. They will never expect a second wave of warriors.
We must prepare.
They will be waiting.
With fresh meat and vegetables on a large table.
And we will be swift in our actions.
Choosing only the finest of their offerings.
Piling them high in a bowl.
Then cooking them fast on a sizzling grill.
And then we eat.
Gaze upon your fresh meat and vegetables for the final time.
The attack will be successful, and we will be satisfied.
The plan is done.
What are you guys doing?
Oh, hey, Valerie. Yeah, we're just getting ready for lunch at Genghis Grill. You want to go?
Yes, to Genghis Grill. Probably no to you two.
Okay.
She is a spy.
And not nearly as hot as she thinks she is.
Fresh food attack.
Genghis Grill, where Edgewood Road meets Williams Boulevard in Cedar Rapids, next to Gander Mountain.
A spectacular week of motorsports. June 8th through 12th at the Hawkeye Downs Fair. Thursday, June 9th, the nation's premier truck and tractor pull. O'Reilly, Outlaw, Thunder in the Dirt. Friday, June 10th, Demolition Derby and Automobile Football. Saturday, June 11th, Motor Madness, the wildest night of racing ever. Racing for school buses, minivans, dirt motorcycles on asphalt, and more. For more info, check HawkeyeDownsSpeedway.com. Spectacular motorsports. June 8th through 12th at the Hawkeye Downs Fair.
Through 6 innings, it's a Kernel 2-0 lead here in South Bend. It's called a Dollar Monday, and they have near a capacity crowd here, and the Kernels will face a new pitcher, Esmerling Vasquez, a right-hander. Vasquez comes on in relief of the starter, Colby Kohlberg. Kohlberg went 6 innings, and in 6 innings, he surrendered 2 runs, 1 earned to the Kernels. on 6 hits. Coley Kohlberg struck out 8, and he walked 2. Esmerling Vasquez, V-A-S-Q-U-E-Z. Esmerling is from the Dominican Republic. He's 21 years old, and he's on in relief of the starter, Coley Kohlberg. Jordan Renz will face him. Jordan was 0 for 2 against the departed starter. We open up the 7th inning, and Renz looks at a pitch low for ball 1. From Esmerling Vasquez, the outfield for the Silverhawks plays Renz deep and straight away. There's ball 2 to the Colonel right fielder. 2-0 Kernels. We're already in the top of the 7th inning. Physicians Clinic of Iowa, the healthcare provider for the... Here's Jordan Renz ripping one high and deep into left center, and on the run, it's going to be caught way back in the left center field alley. A terrific running catch by Jeremy Millens. That ball hung up just enough for Jeremy Millens to scoot over into left center and flag it down. 1 away here in the 7th inning. That was a good swing by Jordan Renz. Physicians Clinic of Iowa, the trusted healthcare provider of the Kernels. Quality healthcare close to home in Cedar Rapids, and they bring us our injury report. Josh LeBlanc sidelined since the early going with a broken hamate bone. The Kernels hope to have him back by after the All-Star break. Mitch Arnold, the closer for the Kernels the first few weeks of the season, sidelined with a bad elbow. He started to throw again. Ball 1 to Tommy Duenas. Now Vasquez misses low and in for ball 2. Joe Torres, who was put on the disabled list when he was brought in as a Colonel a week ago, is fine now, and he'll start tomorrow night's series finale. Ball 3 taken away by Tommy Duenas from Esmerling Vasquez. There's our Physicians Clinic of Iowa injury report. Again, Joe Torres will start the series finale tomorrow here. Ball 4 flicks off the mid of the catcher, Wilkin Castillo. Tommy Duenas has walked on 4 pitches. Esmerling Vasquez is on in relief for the 22nd time for South Bend. He's won 1 and lost 2, an ERA of 3.41. He has a save, and the catcher, Wilkin Castillo, out to talk it over with Esmerling Vasquez. Jason Ramos has had good swings tonight. He has an infield single, and he has struck out. He's batting 9th in the order. 1 on, 1 out here in the top of the 7th before a big crowd at Kovaleski Stadium. Jason Ramos, the switch hitter, batting left. Kernels in their gray road pants with red knit batting practice tops, big white numbers, red batting helmets. Jason Ramos fouls one over the Kernels' third base dugout, strike 1. 2-0 Kernels. Top of the 7th inning. Esmerling Vasquez in 29 innings has given up 24 hits. He has fanned 33 batters in 29 innings, walked 19, the league hitting .229 against him. The right-hander brings it. And a little chopper up the first baseline. It's fielded in foul ground. Foul ball by Cesar Nicholas. Nicholas fielded it and tagged Jason Ramos, but it was a foul ball, and Ramos returns to the plate in the hole. No balls, 2 strikes. Thanks to Physicians Clinic of Iowa for providing not only the Kernels with great health care and for sponsoring our injury report during every Kernel broadcast, but most importantly, thanks to the 50 board-certified physicians at Physicians Clinic of Iowa who provide quality health care in 11 specialties. Physicians Clinic of Iowa. Jason Ramos swings and misses at an 0-2 pitch, and there are 2 gone here in the Colonel 7th inning. Alexi Casilla bats for the 4th time tonight. Alexi reached on an infield single and then scampered all the way to third base on a wild pickoff attempt by the starter Coley Kohlberg, and then he scored on a Nate Sutton sacrifice fly to center. Casilla takes low, ball 1. Tommy Duenas is not being held very seriously at first base by Cesar Nicholas. Well, now Cesar is planting himself firmly on the corner of that bag. Man, that Cesar Nicholas is just huge. Tommy Duenas is not a tall fella, but Cesar Nicholas is just towering over Tommy Duenas, holding him on at first base. Outfield plays Casilla straight away. I'm surprised, quite frankly, how deep they're playing Alexi Casilla. Alexi, a switch hitter, batting from a deep crouch. Wide stance, and he bounces one to second. Emilio Bonifácio has to hurry his throw, and it's off the glove of Cesar Nicholas. On to third goes Tommy Duenas, and advancing down to second is Alexi Casilla. That'll be an error, and again, we point to Alexi Casilla for causing all the commotion on the defense. He unrattled the first baseman, Cesar Nicholas, who missed the throw. He flat out missed the throw. A good throw from Emilio Bonifácio. And going all the way from first to third with two out, Duenas, Alexi Casilla reaches on an error at first by Cesar Nicholas. Here's Nate Sutton, who has 2 hits and has driven in one of the 2 Kernel runs. He takes low for ball 1. An error on the first baseman allows Alexi Casilla to go all the way to second. Nate Sutton with a base hit here with 2 out in the 7th could double the Kernel lead. Strike 1 on the outside corner to Nate Sutton. If you hear a ruckus in our crowd microphone, it's because the fans here at the Cove are doing the wave. They're doing the wave. The 1-1 to Nate Sutton, left-handed hitter, DH. A long look at second, and now Esmerling Vasquez steps off the rubber. The wave, of course, is that section-by-section standing and throwing up of the arms and screaming, kind of like you're on a roller coaster. Ball 2 downstairs to Nate Sutton. Duenas at third. Alexi Casilla at second. 2-0 Kernels, top of the 7th. The Silverhawks should be out of this inning. But Cesar Nicholas failed to catch a peg from second baseman Emilio Bonifácio, and thus the Kernels have a chance with 2 on and 2 out to add to their 2-0 lead. Duenas at third. Casilla at second. Ball 3 runs just outside to Nate Sutton. 3-1 to the Kernel left-handed hitter. Nate batting .229, but he's 2 for 2 tonight with a sacrifice fly. That came in his last time at bat in the 5th inning, and it produced the second Kernel run of this game. Nate fouls one hard over the third base stands, and the full count now to Nate Sutton. Esmerling Vasquez on the hill in relief of Coley Colberg. The starter fanned 8 Kernels in 6 innings, and he yielded 2 runs, 1 earned on 6 hits. Sutton waits. The payoff pitch. Strike 3 called. Nate thought he'd walk, but it was strike 3 called. The Kernels cannot make the Silverhawks pay for the 2-out error at first on Casey Nicholas. No runs in the 7th. No hits. A walk. 1 South Bend error. Their second of the game. The Kernels lead 2 and have stranded 6. The crowd up here at Kovaleski Stadium after 6.5. 7th inning stretch. Kernels lead South Bend 2-0. You're enjoying Kernel baseball here in the Zone.
To make your landscaping dreams become a reality, see the experts at Keen's Material. Retaining walls, custom patios, walkways, and steps, Keen's Material has all the hardscape elements needed to complete your landscaping project. Need ideas? Visit Keen's Outdoor Display Area on 12th Avenue Southwest to see over 100 products showcased. Let your property reach its full potential with help from the experts at Keen's Material. Visit Keen's in Cedar Rapids, Coraville, and Eldridge, or on the web at keensmaterial.com.
I live for you, I
feed your cat, I'll fold your undies at the laundromat, unless you want me to have them dry. I get paid for that. I'll work things out, spend again the bag. I'll save my soul back before I meet your dad. I'll wear a turtleneck to strategically hide my tattoos if I can. I'm getting the band, cause I'm in your hand. I'm giving you all my time, but this Dr. Pepper is mine. Rich taste, forget it. This Dr. Pepper is mine. One taste and you get it. I'll shop with you, always be true, but I'll never share my Dr. Pepper with you. Sorry. This Dr. Pepper is mine. One taste and you get it. So rich. This Dr. Pepper is mine. So refreshing taste, drinking by the case. This Dr. Pepper is mine. It isn't even a word.
This big crowd at Kovaleski Stadium is still enjoying one of baseball's greatest traditions, the seventh inning stretch. As we go to the home half of the seventh, the Kernels lead it 2-0. The Kernels scored their first run in the third inning. Nate Sutton, who's 2 for 3 tonight with a run driven in, doubled with 1 out. Advanced to second on a pitch in the dirt and then scored on another wild pitch by Coley Kohlberg, the starter. Then Sutton drove home an unearned run, Alexi Casilla from third, with a sacrifice fly in the fifth inning. The Kernels in the field have Rafael Rodriguez on the hill, and he's retired 9 straight Silverhawk hitters. First man up for South Bend is their cleanup hitter, Carlos González, here in the bottom of the seventh inning. He swings at a changeup and misses, strike one. Father's Day is June 19th, and you can treat Dad to a memorable day at the ballpark on Sunday the 19th. The game starts at 2, and brunch from 11 till 2, and catch with Dad on the field after the game. That's Sunday, June 19th. Ball one low from Rodriguez to Carlos González. Carlos, nothing for 2 so far tonight. He's grounded to second and bounced to first. Left-handed batter, straightaway stance. And he bounces one high. Pass first down the right field line. Strike 2 to Carlos González. After the All-Star break, we kick off the second half of the season at home on Thursday, June 23rd. And Perfect Game USA will present a complete set of Kernel baseball cards to girls and boys 12 and under on Thursday, June 23rd. Kernel baseball card night, thanks to Perfect Game USA. The gates open at 6. Meet me at the stadium to start the second half of the season on Thursday, June 23rd. Perfect Game USA baseball card night. A changeup is low to Carlos González, and it's 2-2. We're underway in the bottom of the seventh inning, and Rafael Rodriguez is trying to retire his 10th Silverhawk in a row. A Baltimore chop over the head of Michael Collins for a base hit. Wow, that ball was... And it's mishandled by Jordan Renz, who then throws it over second, but holding it first is Carlos González. Well, Jordan Renz fumbled the ball, then panicked and heaved it over second base, but there was Sean Rodriguez to back the play up. And it's a leadoff single, a Baltimore chop single. Nothing the Kernels can do to defend that as Carlos González pounded it into the grass in front of the dirt batting circle, and it took it catapulted over the head of Michael Collins for a base hit. Javier Brito, nothing for 2 tonight, steps in. Carlos González, a good-sized lead at first, and a slider low and away. Swung on and missed by Javier Brito, strike one. The Silverhawks have their leadoff man aboard for the second time in this game, and they do so in the bottom of the seventh on a Baltimore chop base hit over the head of Michael Collins at first base. Javier Brito swung again at a pitch low and away, and he's in the hole, 0-2. Time is called by the plate umpire, Grant Menke. After we start the second half of the season, when we started on Thursday, June 23rd, with Perfect Game USA baseball card night, again, those Kernel baseball cards go to the first 1,000 of you girls and boys 12 and under. The very next night, we have another wonderful premium giveaway item to greet you with. Friday, June 24th, Iowa Office Supply will present Kernel caps to the first 1,000 of you Kernel fans. A breaking pitch dips low, and it's 1-2 to Javier Brito, who caps his spikes. Takes a look at his skipper coaching at third, Mark Haley. Carlos González is at first base. With nobody out here in the bottom of the seventh before a full house here at Coveleski Stadium on a Monday night. Breaking pitch low and away, and that's the pitch that Brito swung at the first two times. Javier's laid off the next two, and the count even now to Javier Brito, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Kernels have out-hit the Silverhawks. Six to 3. And lead it 2-0 here in the bottom of the seventh inning. We'll have our Kernel Did You Know question for you coming up in the top of the eighth inning. 75 degrees here on this Monday evening. Delightful early summer weather. A ground ball off of Rafael Rodriguez. A high hop to second and no play. It hit Rafi's ankle or foot. They'll come out to check him out. No play for Alexi Casilla. And a hard hit smash. It would have gone into center. It hit Rafael Rodriguez's foot or leg, and it has the tying runs aboard with nobody out here in the seventh inning. Well, South Bend has a pair of base hits to open up the seventh. The Kernel 2-0 lead is in peril, and as we suspected, Eric Munson, the Kernel trainer, was on his way to the mound, but Rafael Rodriguez calmly asked him to return to the Kernel dugout. Carlos González went to second on that hard-hit smash that ricocheted off of Rodriguez's lower leg and bounced high in the air. Now here comes Bobby Magallanes, the Kernel manager. I think he wants to be double sure that Rafael Rodriguez is okay. The Kernels do have a right-hander up in their bullpen, T.J. Stanton. T.J. Stanton is up in the Kernel bullpen. And Bobby Magallanes gathers his entire infield around him, along with Tommy Duenas, the catcher, to talk it over. And Mark Haley uses the opportunity to call Alan Mottram, who has one of the 4 Silverhawk hits. Mottram meets Mark Haley up the third base line. Let's see if Alan Mottram is bunting here. A Baltimore chop single by Carlos González. Javier Brito on a 2-2 pitch bashed it hard. It was headed into center field. It struck Rafael Rodriguez in the lower leg, ricocheted high in the air to Alexi Casilla. Alexi could make no play. So the tying runs are aboard for South Bend here in the bottom of the seventh inning. Alan Mottram squares to bunt, and Rafael Rodriguez steps off the rubber. Mottram tipped his hand, and Mark Haley, now here comes Michael Collins marching in from first base onto the hill to have a word with Rafael Rodriguez. The first 2 Silverhawks have reached on singles here in this seventh inning. 2-0 Kernels. Mottram waits. Long look by Rafael. His first pitch is over at the knees, a strike called. Jason Ramos was crashing in from third base, likewise Michael Collins from first. Strike 1 to Alan Mottram. His pronounced open stance has his belt buckle opened up and facing second base. That means his front foot, his left foot, is touching the chalk of the batter's box. Alan Mottram, he's from New England, a suburb of Boston, Andover, Massachusetts. And he swings and grounds one just foul past third. Just foul for strike 2. Mark Haley took the bunt off and let the 310 hit or the 307 hitter Mottram swing away, and Allen bounced it foul past third for strike 2. They add a new picnic deck to the Kovaleski Stadium scene here. It's high above the right field grass slope seating berm. A slider, I thought Mottram went around, and they said he did not. Ooh, boy, I thought he went around on that curve low and away. Surprised the Kernels didn't argue with Grant Menke, not that it would do any good, but I really thought he went around on that pitch low and away. He's in the hole 1-2. Tommy Duenas gives the target. And Alan Mottram just got a piece of one. Tipped it foul behind home plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Silverhawk number 6 hitter. South Bend leads the league in hitting. They're tied for the league lead with 48 home runs in 57 games. Rafael Rodriguez looks in and has his sign. His 1-2 delivery on the way. Swing and a miss! Rafael Rodriguez gets Alan Mottram swinging. That's just his 3rd strikeout of the night, but he picked a good spot for it. A slider, and Alan Mottram didn't get it. 1 gone here in the Silverhawks 7th inning. What a big strikeout that is for Rafael Rodriguez. Now big Cesar Nicholas stands in. Nicholas playing in his first game since mid-April when he suffered a broken hand. Cesar is fouled out to Tommy Duenas and struck out looking. Strong right-handed batter, Cesar Nicholas. Ball 1 high from Rafael Rodriguez. Cesar Nicholas reminds you a little bit of a young Jose Canseco with his huge body size. Not to he doesn't have the open stance Canseco has, but he kind of leans over with his torso like Canseco used to. He waits in the 1-0. Instead, Rafael spins and looks the lead runner, Carlos González, back to second. 2 on, 1 out. For South Bend, bottom of the 7th inning, 2-0 Kernels. A big strikeout of Alan Mottram by Rafael Rodriguez for the first out of this inning. The runners go, and a deep drive to left, way back at the wall. It's hooking. Foul ball. Oh, that ball started fair, and it hooked, and it hooked foul into the Kernel bullpen. That would have tied the game. Mark Haley decided to roll the dice, and it almost paid off as Cesar Nicholas ripped a 1-0 pitch foul down the left field line. Man, oh man, did he ever jump on that 1-0 pitch from Rafael Rodriguez. And the runners were going. Carlos González from second and Javier Brito from first. Whew, brother. Did Cesar Nicholas, the big right-handed batter, ever bash that last pitch? The 1-1 to Nicholas. Drops in for a strike, a changeup. Cesar steps out and taps his spikes. He went to school at Vanderbilt University in Nashville, Tennessee. And he's from Miami, Florida. Cesar Nicholas, 5th-round pick of the Diamondbacks last year. Rafael Rodriguez is ahead of him, 1-2, and Rafael spins and looks Carlos González back to the base at second. González bounced a single over the head of Michael Collins. Then Javier Brito singled off the lower leg of Rafael Rodriguez, sending González to second. Alan Mottram fanned, and the 1-2 delivery to Cesar Nicholas. He stands right on top of the plate. At least now time is called as Rafael is breaking towards the plate. Cesar Nicholas did not play last year. His rookie year of professional baseball is here in South Bend as a 6'4", 225-pound slugger. Cesar Jesus Nicholas bends over at the waist and leans over the plate, waves his bat from front to back, and pops one foul over the Colonel first base dugout. Out to the hill goes Tommy Duenas. We're back at home a week from tonight to open up a 7-game homestand that will take us to the All-Star break. You can order your Colonel tickets by calling 896-7560. 896-7560. Or visit our Cost Cutters box office 10 o'clock to 5, Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock on Saturday. Or you can log on to www.kernels.com to order your tickets for upcoming games. Kernels. Ball 2 in the dirt to Cesar Nicholas. 2-0 Kernels. The pace of this game is really creeping along now, with South Bend runners at first and second, and one out in the bottom of the 7th inning. 2-0 Kernels. Nicholas steps out. There's a lot on the line for the Silverhawks. They're trying to stay atop the Eastern Division first half standings with just a couple of weeks to go before the All-Star break. 2 on, 1 out. Rafael Rodriguez checks the runner at second, delivers, and a line smash down the line and left will score a run. Good play by Toussaint to cut it off. A run is in to make it 2-1. Cesar Nicholas cuts the Colonel lead in half with a line drive into left field. A very good play by Drew Toussaint to get to it near the line and prevent Javier Brito from going from first to third. 3 hits off Rafael Rodriguez. 2 of them hit hard here in the 7th inning. It's first and second. 1 out for Mark Reynolds, and here comes Bobby Magallanes to lift Rafael Rodriguez. Rafael Rodriguez could win this game, could lose this game. Listen to the hand for Rafael Rodriguez as he leaves this game. The Colonel dugout is up to greet the 20-year-old right-hander. Rafael Rodriguez goes 6 1/3, and in 6 1/3 so far he's surrendered 1 run on 5 hits. Rafael Rodriguez struck out 3. He walked only 1. And the new pitcher is T.J. Stanton. T.J. loves these pressure-packed situations. He's had to be used oh so often this season in pressure situations by the Kernels. T.J. Stanton comes on for the team-high 22nd time this year. T.J. has won 3, lost 4. He has 4 saves. His ERA is 5.02. T.J. Stanton has pitched 28 2/3 innings and given up 37 hits in 28 2/3. Stanton has struck out 27 batters in 28 2/3, walked 13. The league hitting .316 against T.J. Stanton. And as T.J. comes on, let's remind you that you can enjoy the sweet life at Veterans Memorial Stadium. I'm talking about the fun and excitement of treating your friends, colleagues, clients, or employees to the best the Kernels have to offer at Veterans Memorial Stadium, a Diamond Suite. The Diamond Suite holds up to 20 people, and you can reserve yours by calling our Director of Suites, Jessica Ferguson, at 896-7608. Book a suite and enjoy the suite life with the Kernels. Call Jessica Ferguson at 896-7608. The last time T.J. Stanton worked was Friday night at home in a Kernel win over the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers, a 2-0 shutout victory. T.J. pitched the 8th inning, 1 inning, no runs, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, no walks. T.J. Stanton, with his Red Sox up high, has come on in relief of Rafael Rodriguez here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Colonel lead is 2-1. And the Silverhawks have runners at first and second with one out, and Mark Reynolds, the 247 hitting shortstop, will be first up, right-handed batter to face T.J. Stanton. T.J. Stanton, a 6'4" right-hander, 230 pounds, out of the University of North Florida. He watched his team battle for the Division II, the NCAA Division II World Series title. I believe that game was on ESPN this weekend, and I believe the University of North Florida took runner-up in the Division II title game. Pass ball high and away to Mark Reynolds, ball one. Two-one Kernels. We're in the bottom of the seventh inning. T.J. Stanton comes set. His 1-0 to the right-handed batter. Missed outside, ball two. Mark Reynolds struck out and grounded to short, bounced to short against the departed Kernel starter, Rafael Rodriguez. Reynolds is ahead 2-0. Tying run, Javier Brito at second. There's a strike called on the outside corner. Mark Reynolds, the shortstop, taking all the way. Cesar Nicholas on a 2-2 pitch, lined a base hit into left. It scored Carlos González with the first run of the night for the Silverhawks. The 2-1 to Reynolds is bounced foul in front of the third base. The manager of the Silverhawks coaching at third, Mark Haley. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Mark Reynolds. Well, this crowd may be worn out. They did the wave earlier. They've enjoyed the 7th inning stretch. And they cheered for the Silverhawk first run of the night. A breaking pitch, and Reynolds took it, ball 3 outside. Aaron Peel, playing center field tonight, is shifted just a few steps to his right in left center. Let's see if the runners go on this one-out payoff pitch. They're not running, and Reynolds pops it foul away to the right. Count remains full to Mark Reynolds. It's been a long time since we told you that we'd give you our Colonel Did You Know question in the top of the 8th inning. We're still trying to get to the top of the 8th. Kernels hold a 1-run lead, bottom of the 7th, and the Silverhawks have 2 on with 1 out. TJ checks the runner at second, is 3-2. Fouled off to the right again by Mark Reynolds. A new batch of baseballs from the Silverhawks first base dugout to plate umpire Grant Menke. Is it ever great to be playing in front of a full house on this Monday night? The price is right at the Cove. Everything $1. Reynolds reaches out and fouls another one high down the first base line. It drifts up into the aluminum back bleachers. These Silverhawks are the Class A Midwest League affiliate of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Former Cedar Rapids Giant Bob Brenly brought his world champion Arizona Ball Club right here to Kovalevsky Stadium a few seasons ago, the year after they won the World Series, and they had a sellout crowd for that game. Arizona's bounced back nicely after suffering through a pretty miserable season last year. Mark Reynolds pops one up. It's a foul ball, a mile high. Michael Collins has it measured and brings it down beyond first base in foul ground, and T.J. Stanton gets Mark Reynolds on a 3-2 pitch to foul out to Michael Collins at first. 2 gone in the 7th inning, and Wilkin Castillo at the plate. Wilkin Castillo has flown to left and bounced out to first. T.J. Stanton within an out now of keeping the Kernels ahead in this tight one-run battle with the first place or the Eastern Division leading Silverhawks. Wilkin Castillo is 7 for 24 against the Kernels this season. Switch hitter batting left, and a swing and a tip foul behind home plate, strike one. Here comes Michael Collins trotting in from first base. He wants a word with big right-hander T.J. Stanton. Kernels with single runs in the third and fifth. South Bend has scored their first of the evening with a run here in their half of the seventh inning. Interleague play has started in the big leagues, and we'll have a full look at everything later on tonight on the Colonel Curtin Call. The State Farm Major League Scoreboard will be part of the Colonel Curtin Call, as it always is. One of the premier matchups has our parent club, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, playing down in Dixie against the Atlanta Braves. 2 on, 2 out. Ball one up and away to Wilkin Castillo from T.J. Stanton. T.J. works very, very deliberately. How would you like to be at Busch Stadium in St. Louis tonight? A rematch of last fall's Boston sweep of the Cardinals, the Red Sox playing the Redbirds at Busch Stadium. Wilkin Castillo has a healthy cut and fouls one straight back. He's in the hole, 1 ball, 2 strikes. I was at Game 4 this past October and saw history made as my beloved Cards were swept by the Red Sox. T.J. Stanton comes set just above the belt. His 1-2 is swung on and fouled. A wicked curveball by Stanton, and Wilkin Castillo just got a piece of it to stay in the hole, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The White Sox, I bet they'll be a draw in Denver. There are so many former Chicago folks that live in Denver now, and that's where the White Sox play tonight at Coors Field. I bet they'll have over 40,000 tonight in Denver. Just think if the Cubs were there, I know they'd have 40,000, but the White Sox are at Coors Field tonight to take on the Rockies. The crowd boos as Tommy Duenas goes out to the mound. So does Sean Rodriguez. Trot in from shortstop to have a word with T.J. Stanton. The Silverhawks have had an interminable at bat here in the home half of the seventh inning. Can T.J. Stanton bring it to an end? No, a curve low and in, ball 2 to Castillo. I don't want to call it a marquee matchup, but an interesting interleague clash between the Blue Jays and Cubs at Wrigley Field. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on the pitch. A high pop foul. This will be beyond the reach of the hustling Jason Ramos up into the third base seat. It seems like South Bend has been at bat for 45 minutes here in the bottom of the seventh inning. They have taken a notch out of the Colonel lead. It's 2-1 Kernels. Tommy Duenas is drenched in sweat. His red knit batting practice top is a much, much darker red than the rest of the Kernels. Tyne run at second. Javier Brito go ahead run at first. Cesar Nicholas. Another delivery from Stanton almost hit the batter down and in, ball 3. And now Tommy Duenas steps out in front of the plate. This full count pitch will likely determine the outcome of this game. I mean that. I think this full count pitch will determine the outcome of tonight's game. Is that too bold a statement? Only time will tell. The runners will be going with 2 out. There they go. No, they don't, as T.J. Stanton steps off the rubber. 2-1 Kernels, bottom of the seventh inning. Brito at second, Nicholas at first for the Silverhawks. The switch hitter, batting left-handed, Wilkin Castillo waits. Waits some more. And fouls it straight back. We'll do it again. Man, oh man, how can 6 innings take less than an hour and 50 minutes, and then the 7th inning takes about a half hour? Well, that's because the Silverhawks are battling for an Eastern Division title, and the Kernels are trying to play the role of spoiler to some extent. T.J. Stanton steps off the rubber. And Wilkin Castillo reaches high above his head to stretch. Now he's back in there. Wilkin is wearing a pair of black batting gloves. The 2-out payoff pitch. Pop foul down the left field line again, and the suspense and the drama continue to unfold here at Coveleski Stadium. The Silverhawks have scored a run. It was charged to starter Rafael Rodriguez. They've had 3 hits in the inning. The Kernels brought on T.J. Stanton, who got Mark Reynolds on a 3-2 pitch to foul out to first. And now T.J. has seen 2 3-2 pitches fouled off by number 9 hitter, 299 batting, Wilkin Castillo. Ground ball foul past first base. All right, now the tying run, Javier Brito at second, had to reach down and tie his shoe. It's still a full count to Wilkin Castillo. T.J. Stanton has his sign. The right-hander comes set just above the waist and brings it. Ball 4, low and in. Bases loaded for Emilio Bonifácio here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Now the crowd comes alive, and Kernan Ronan pops out of the Colonel dugout. Kernan Ronan out to visit the hill with the bases loaded. Bottom of the 7th inning. 2 out. Colonels hanging on by the thread of their skin, leading 2-1. The Orioles are playing the Pirates tonight at PNC Park. I imagine that game is just about complete. They're an hour ahead of us in Pittsburgh, and that game is probably over. So, too, may be our parent club, the Angels, playing down at Turner Field. The other interleague matchup is at Miller Park. The Yankees are playing the Brewers. I've got a sneaking suspicion with the bases loaded and 2 out here in this bottom of the 7th inning with the game on the line that Emilio Bonifácio may swing at the first pitch. Brito at third, Nicholas at second, Castillo at first, Jason Ramos playing in on the grass at third, and I was wrong. Emilio Bonifácio takes a curveball inside, ball 1. Jason Ramos is playing a good 20 feet off the line at third. Tying run at third, go-ahead run at second for the leadoff batter, Bonifácio. Ball 2, low, 2-0 to Emilio Bonifácio. The 7th inning continues to unfold as T.J. Stanton's fallen behind Bonifácio 2-0. A comebacker off of T.J. It goes to Jason Ramos. He throws the batter out! Wow! T.J. Stanton knocked down a comebacker. It rolled to Jason Ramos. Jason picked it up and had enough zing on his peg to just nip Emilio Bonifácio. And the Kernels endure a huge press put on them by the Silverhawks and managed to get out of the 7th inning, still leading this game. Wow! Wow! The play went 1-5-3. Bonifácio on a 2-0 pitch with the bases loaded grounded it back to the mound. T.J. Stanton flung his glove up, knocked it down. It ricocheted to his right, went to Jason Ramos, who picked it up. He knew a speedster was racing down the line, and Jason heaved his throw to first in time. 1 run in the 7th for South Bend on 3 base hits. No Colonel errors. The Silverhawks leave the bases full. They've stranded 6. The Kernels were in the field for what seemed like 45 minutes in the bottom of the 7th. We go to the 8th inning, and the Kernels hold a 2-1 lead over South Bend. This is Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM. The Guide, your entertainment starting point. And your Coca-Cola Bottling Company invite you to choose the best lunch spot in CR. And the challengers are Bricks Bar and Grill, Cabo Sports Bar and Grill, the Cedar Brewing Company, Chappie's Safari Lounge, the Chrome Horse Clubhouse and Saloon, Chuck and Dale's Bar and Grill, CJ's Sports Bar and Grill, Cocktails and Company, Moose McDuffie's, 3rd on 1st Sports Bar and Grill, Tornado's Grub and Pub, and the 33rd Avenue Sports Bar and Grill in Zaza's Clarion Hotel. Eat, then vote for your favorite establishment, and you can win a trip to Vegas on Allegiant Air. Your official entry form is in the Guide. Look for details in your mail or the Wednesday Gazette. Complete rules online at thezone1600.com. Join the Zone and the Guide on our 2005 Bar and Grill Tour, presented by your Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Because a man's gotta eat, don't he?
When it comes to life insurance, think ahead. Think about planning for your family's future with Farm Bureau Financial Services. Jeff Baer in Mount Vernon can help you determine what coverage is right for you and your family. When so much in life is beyond your control, aren't you glad that life insurance isn't? For your family's future, think about life insurance from Jeff Baer in Mount Vernon. Farm Bureau Financial Services, more than you think. Farm Bureau Financial Life Insurance Company, West Des Moines, Iowa.
Oh, brother. I don't know how you endure an inning like the Kernels did, but they somehow kept the Silverhawks from tying the game or taking the lead. Now let's make the Silverhawks stay out in the field for 45 minutes. Sean Rodriguez takes ball 1 outside from Esmerling Vasquez. The line is final on Rafael Rodriguez. I'll give it to you in a moment. Sean pops one straight up the elevator shaft, and the catcher, Wilkin Castillo, stands a few steps to the right of the dirt batting circle and gathers it in. 1 out here in the 8th inning. Sean Rodriguez fouling out to the catcher, retired for the first time tonight. 2-1 Kernels. Man, I hope some guys take some pitches to at least make the Silverhawks play in the field for a little bit. The Kernels were out there forever in the bottom of the 7th inning. Aaron Peels had a tough night. He's glad that Coley Kohlberg is gone. He went 0 for 3 against the Silverhawks starter, Kohlberg. Ball 1 outside from Esmerling Vasquez. Well, we promised you the Colonel Did You Know question here in the top of the 8th inning with the Kernels ahead 2-1. There's ball 2 upstairs to Aaron Peel. This is a remarkable question that we're going to ask, and whether you knew it or not is really inconsequential. We ask these Did You Know questions to kind of stir your baseball memories and to try to have some fun. Ball 3, low and away to Peel. Did you know that on July 6, 1986, Bob Horner of the Atlanta Braves belted 4 home runs in a losing effort? Ball 4, Aaron Peel draws a 1-out walk here in the 8th inning. He never took the bat off his shoulders, and Vasquez walks him. That's right. Bob Horner slugged 4 home runs for the Braves in 1986, July 6th, in an 11-8 loss to Montreal. Wow. Think of how Bob Horner must have felt. He does something that less than 20 other big leaguers have ever done, but his team loses the game. 4 home runs hit by Bob Horner in a game against Montreal in 1986, but Atlanta lost 11-8. A curve is a strike to Drew Toussaint. You're not going to believe who teed off for Montreal in that 11-8 win in 1986. Bob Horner hit 4 home runs. So did little Al Newman for the Expos. He went on to play in the American League, and I don't think he ever hit a home run in the American League. In fact, Todd Brummelkamp, our director of media relations, said that He knows that Al Newman went at least 1,893 at-bats in the American League without a home run. Bob Horner hit 4 of them in a 1986 game against the Expos, but the Braves lost 11-8. Drew Toussaint stays alive on an 0-2 pitch and rolls it foul to the backstop where Michael Collins, the on-deck hitter, picks it up. 4 home runs for Bob Horner in 1986, but his Braves lost to Montreal 11-8. Oh, man, how would that feel? Drew Toussaint in the hole 0-2. Drives one foul off to the right, and he remains battling. Drew belted a big 3-run homer here yesterday in a Kernel 8-1 win to even the series at a game apiece. It was Toussaint's 5th home run of the year. Drew has 5 homers, 20 RBIs, and he's hitting .291. That's for a ball club that's ranked 11th in the league in hitting. The Kernels are hitting .244 as a team. Peel at first. Drew takes a slider outside, ball 1. Get this, though. The Kernels are hitting .315 against the Silverhawks this year. .315 against South Bend. On the road, we're only hitting .222. But we lead this game in the 8th inning 2-1. Vasquez brings it, ball 2, low and away to Drew Toussaint. Well, there you have it. If somebody ever asks you who hit 4 home runs for his team, but his team didn't win the game, you can answer Bob Horner of the 1986 Atlanta Braves. Montreal won it 11-8, and little Al Newman hit a home run for Montreal. Peel at first, the 2-2 to Drew. Swing and a tip foul into the glove of the catcher. Drew Toussaint down on strikes for the 3rd time in this game. 1-2 away for Michael Collins. One on, 2 out. Michael Collins has one of the Kernel 6 hits in this game. We're looking for our first hit since Alexi Casilla's infield single back in the 5th inning. Top of the 8th. Kernels ahead by a run, 2-1. Collins waits, and a fastball rides low to the Kernel first baseman catcher from Australia, Michael Collins. State Farm Insurance agents Gary Schubat, Al Shetler, Lanny Peterson, and Dale Thompson bring us a look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard here in the Kernel 8th inning. There goes Peel. A curve outside. The throw to second is just in time to get Aaron Peel. Emilio Bonifácio took the throw from Wilkin Castillo, and that ends the Kernel 8th inning. The Kernels lose their 3rd man on the base paths tonight. 1 at the plate, 2 trying to steal second base. Man, that Wilkin Castillo can get rid of the ball in the blink of an eye. No runs in the 8th for the Kernels. No hits, a walk. No South Bend errors. The Kernels leave nobody aboard, have stranded 6 in 8 at-bats. We'll give you the State Farm Major League scoreboard when the Silverhawks come to bat against a new Kernel pitcher in the bottom of the 8th inning. After 7.5, it's the Kernels 2 and the Silverhawks 1. You're enjoying Kernel baseball in the zone.
1 hour photos, speed dating, DSL for your computer. Everyone's in a hurry these days. Your professional Pekin insurance agent, Scott Draper of Sheets Forest Draper and Marion, doesn't hurry when it comes to helping you with your insurance needs. Scott will gladly sit down with you and outline a solid insurance program just right for you and your budget. Auto, home, business, life, and health. Scott Draper, your hometown Pekin insurance professional in Marion, will give you the responsive, personal, unhurried service you deserve.
The following is an OnStar conversation.
OnStar Merchant, it's Anthony.
I was just in a car accident. My back hurts.
Okay, ma'am. It's okay. I'm here to I feel Craig Road. Contact the police.
Every month, OnStar offers help in thousands of emergencies.
911.
This is Anthony. I'm with OnStar. I've got one of our customers who's been involved in an accident.
Okay. Is anyone injured? Yeah, I don't want to move. My back hurts. We'll send an ambulance out right away.
The peace of mind OnStar offers is more affordable than you might think.
Miss Perry, I'm here with you, okay?
Okay. I thought I lost you.
No, don't worry about it. The police on the way to your location. I will stay on the line with you until they arrive.
I hear sirens. Thank you for staying with me. I really appreciate it.
The first year of OnStar service is included on new OnStar-equipped GM vehicles, and unlimited use of all safety and security services costs only $16.95 plus tax per month after that. OnStar by GM. To experience OnStar, press your blue button or visit OnStar.com.
Terrific ball game unfolding before us before a capacity crowd at Kovaleski Stadium in South Bend. The Kernels lead the Eastern Division leading Silverhawks 2-1 as South Bend comes to bat in the bottom of the 8th inning. They'll face a new Kernel pitcher, 22-year-old right-hander Chris Waters. Chris pitched 2 scoreless innings at home on Wednesday to help the Kernels to a 10th inning win over the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers, and he'll face the numbers 2, 3, and 4 men in the South Bend order. Will Chris Waters first up? Jeremy Millens. Ball 1 just low. Millens has walked, flown to right, and grounded out. He's a .268 batter. 3 homers, 32 runs driven in. Chris Waters has won 1 and lost 2, and he's on for the 19th time out of the Kernel bullpen. He fires, and there's a high fly ball lifted into right. Jordan Renz is right underneath it. Jordan only had to move 2 steps to his left to catch it. 1 away here in the bottom of the 8th inning as Jeremy Millens flies to right. Chris Waters, 25 2/3 innings hurled and 18 relief appearances. He's surrendered 28 hits in 25 2/3. Struck out 26 batters in 25 2/3. Walked 13. His ERA is 4.21, and the league is hitting .275 against the 6'2" right-hander. Ball 1 just missed inside to Augustine Murillo. 2-1 Kernels here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Chris Waters stands straight up on the hill, rocks and fires, and a high pop foul off the end of the bat. Michael Collins heading towards the first base Silverhawk dugout, but it's 4 rows up into the green seats, first base side. South Bend in their white home uniforms with black hats, black pinstripes, gold numbers, gold lettering. The front of their jerseys, it spells Silverhawks in gold letters. The 1-1, and Augustine Murillo is jammed, and he fists one foul over the backstop. Strike 2. Here at Kovaleski Stadium, South Bend is 1-16 and lost 10. Overall, they're 34 23. They're 9 8 in one-run games. The Kernels are 6 10 in one-run affairs. A high pop foul. This one will be beyond the reach of Tommy Duenas. And Augustine Murillo continues to try to battle out of a 1-2 hole. Augustine Murillo leads the league in hits, runs scored. He's second in home runs with 10, second to his teammate and on-deck hitter Carlos González in RBIs with 32. Augustine stands straight away from the right side. He's from Mexico. And a breaking pitch in the dirt evens the count to Murillo, 2-2. Kernels up 2-1. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Waters' pitch is ripped fair down the left field line. It'll be a 1-out double for Augustine Murillo. He was jammed, but he was strong enough to fist it over the head of Jason Ramos down into the left field corner, and the crowd comes alive. That's the second double for Augustine Murillo. Man, that guy's a tough out. So is this man, Carlos González. I think Chris Waters made a pretty good pitch. Just didn't get it quite inside enough, and Augustine Murillo was able to crank it fair. Only fair by about, maybe 8-10 inches down the left field line. Now the Kernels may walk Carlos González. That's exactly what they're going to do. Carlos González is just too respected a hitter for the Kernels to pitch to. They're going to put the potential winning run aboard by walking Carlos González. Ball 2 from Chris Waters. Had the pleasure of meeting Chris's folks. In fact, I met them Where were we? Before our homestand started, I have to trace back in my book and remember where Chris Waters' mom and dad introduced themselves to me. Beloit, Wisconsin. That's right. They were in Beloit. And then they followed the Kernels back home for the 8-game homestand. Chris Waters delivered proudly for them as he won his last appearance, an extra inning win last Wednesday at home. There's ball 4, putting Carlos González aboard. And now let's see what Javier Brito does with runners at first and second and 1 out. These Silverhawks are a very, very good team. They just keep coming at you, especially with the lumber. A dandy yellow hammer, and it's a strike call to Javier Brito from Chris Waters. Chris was our guest after his win on Wednesday at Veterans Memorial Stadium on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show. A pitch in the dirt and blocked by Duenas, and that prevented the tying run from going to third and the go-ahead run from going to second. Chris told us that he played club baseball at Clemson University. He had hurt his arm and wanted to get away from the game a little bit and play it for fun, and that's what he did at Clemson. Brito with 2 on and 1 out. A deep drive way, way back in right center. Way, way back. And it's a ground rule double. It's a ground rule double, and the game is tied. The Silverhawks would have taken the lead. It's a 2-2 game on a double that bounced over the right center field wall, and this game is tied at 2. Man, oh man, this South Bend Ball Club, they are some kind of ball club to try to beat here at the Cove. They just keep sending big mashers up to the plate. Big, huge guys that can hit. Javier Brito sent one soaring high and deep into the right center field alley. The Silverhawks really should lead this game now 3-2, but the ground rule double prevented Javier Brito from driving home a pair. Augustine Murillo scored from second. Carlos González went to third, and now the second intentional walk. Chris Waters almost threw that one away. A great save by Tommy Duenas. This will load the bases. The bases will be loaded here in the bottom of the 8th with only 1 out. And as much as the Kernels want to win this game, and as much as we are rooting for them to win this game, the momentum is definitely with the Silverhawks now. They have the bases loaded with only 1 out. Chris Waters has given up a double, an intentional walk, a double, an RBI double that is, and another intentional walk. And now Cesar Nicholas will try to put South Bend ahead for the first time tonight. Out to the hill goes Kernan Ronan. Let's get back to that State Farm Major League scoreboard. It's brought to you by State Farm Insurance agents Al Shetler, Lanny Peterson, Dale Thompson, and Gary Schubat. This afternoon, the parent club of our opponents, the Silverhawks, outslugged Philadelphia at Citizens Bank Ballpark 10-8. At PNC Park, the Orioles edged the Pirates 4-3 tonight. Our parent club, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, toppled the Braves in Atlanta 4-2 at Turner Field. That's a final. Bottom of the 8th at Wrigley, Toronto 4, the Cubs nothing. Bottom of the 8th at Busch Stadium, the Cardinals 5, the Red Sox 1. Milwaukee leads the Yankees at Miller Park in the bottom of the 6th 4-3. And the White Sox enjoy a 6-3 lead in Denver over the Rockies. They're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Later tonight, the Tigers take on the Dodgers at Chavez Ravine. Cesar Nicholas takes low and away, ball 1, a curveball. Man, have the Kernels played good baseball here tonight. That's all manager Bobby Magallanes can ask of his ball club. They have battled hard tonight. Nicholas takes a curve. It looked good from here, but the plate umpire called it low, ball 2. That hurt. That was a good pitch from Chris Waters, apparently just below the knees to big Cesar Nicholas. He delivered home a run with an RBI single his last time up. Bases loaded. And a towering pop-up behind home plate. Tommy Duenas has it for the second out of the inning. How about Chris Waters? He gets Cesar Nicholas to foul one back towards the backstop. Tommy Duenas discarded the mask, gauged it to perfection, and caught it. Sean Rodriguez comes in from shortstop to give Chris Waters a big pat on the back. There are 2 gone now. Here in the 8th inning, it's a 2-2 game, and the batter is Mark Reynolds. Breaking pitch in for a strike called to Mark Reynolds. Go-ahead run at third, Carlos González. Brito at second, Mottram at first, Alan Mottram at first. Another dandy curveball. Strike 2 to Mark Reynolds. Chris Waters is pitching with courageous ferocity here in the bottom of the 8th inning, trying to keep this game tied. The 0-2. Ooh, it just missed low. Chris Waters has a sharp curveball going for him here tonight. He's trying to keep this game knotted at 2 apiece here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The batter went around. Oh, no, they said he didn't go around. Oh, brother, it looked like he went around on a fastball low. The Kernels can't believe it. The Kernels cannot believe that call by the base umpire, Victor Carapaza. Ooh, we had that batter struck out, and they said he didn't go around. Now a base hit up the middle. I'll be darned. Well, 1 run is in. Here's another runner scoring. We just had the game taken away from us by the umpire. That's too bad. Carlos González scored. So did Javier Brito to make it 4-2. And nothing the Kernels can do to battle the men in blue. That batter, I swear to you, was struck out. They didn't call him out, and it perhaps has cost the Kernels this ball game. But remember how well the ball club has played tonight. I told you they fought their hearts out, and they have. Ooh, we had that batter struck out not once but twice, but the umpires conspire to kill the Kernels in this inning. That's too bad. Too bad when the men in blue determine the outcome, but that's what they've done here tonight. We had that guy struck out, and they gave him another chance, and sure enough, to his credit, Mark Reynolds ripped a 2-run single into center field. Stopping at second was Alan Mottram, and it's a 4-2 game, South Bend. This one goes to the umpires, and I don't say that often, but, man, you can't take away a game from a bunch of kids who battle that hard. A comebacker, Chris Waters lobs to first to end the inning. Wilkin Castillo bounces back to the mound to end the inning, and we had one taken away from us here tonight in the 8th inning. In the 8th, South Bend strikes for 3 runs on 3 hits. No Colonel errors, 2 walks, both intentional, 2 stranded by the Silverhawks. Well, sometimes you just can't beat the men in blue. And I don't know if Victor Carapaza wasn't looking at the pitch to Mark Reynolds or what happened, but I'm telling you, folks, he went around clearly for strike 3, and that should have ended the inning. The next pitch was ripped into center, and don't blame the umpires for that. Credit Mark Reynolds. 4-2 as we go to the top of the 9th inning. This is Colonel Baseball in the zone.
When we met at Spaghetti, we would never forget the Ojanos. Now it's where mi amore and I dine in. We carry out the lunch and the dinner all the time for lasagna, ravioli, mandacati, cannelloni, tortellini, or try their delicious salads and soba sandwiches too. The Ojanos is the hometown taste of Italy. For your next meal with friends and a family, remember the Ojanos with 5 convenient locations for the pasta that makes you sing.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Barry Bonds told a federal grand jury he used a clear substance and a cream. 2 prosecutors also presented Bonds with documents that allegedly detailed his use of a long list of other drugs. He denies those. Bonds said, as far as he knew, his trainer had given him flaxseed oil. All right. If you still believe Bonds, then you must think he is the dumbest professional athlete in pro sports. Because Barry Bonds, as he begins to rocket 600-foot home runs, as he approaches 40, as he becomes the toughest out in the history of Major League Baseball. It's all because of, quote, flaxseed oil. We looked it up. The dictionary defines as an ancient herb that heals. The only herb I know that heals is that guy Herb Schwartz who works the spot Caesar.
Don't be left out of the herd. Only on ESPN Radio.
One of the better played games of the season by the Kernels, and they bat in the ninth inning, trailing by a pair 4-2, and they'll face lefty Mark Rosen. Kernels looking for their first hit since the fifth inning. What a job by Esmerling Vasquez in relief of starter Coley Colberg. He could win this game. He went 2 innings, blanked the Kernels on no hits, struck out 3, and walked 2. Mark Rosen, a southpaw who pitched twice against the Kernels this past Memorial Day weekend in the series at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Rosen was the winner, in fact, in the come-from-behind Silverhawk win last Sunday, a week ago Sunday. He went an inning and 2/3, no runs, a hit, 2 strikeouts, a walk. He'll face Michael Collins here in the top of the ninth inning. Mark Rosen, a lefty. He's 20 years old, and he's in his 4th year of pro baseball from the Boston area. And he misses low, ball 1 to Michael Collins. The Kernels have played a very, very sound baseball game. The only 2 things that they have not done well tonight: avoid the strikeout. They have struck out 11 times. And the other thing, well, you can't control the umpires, so they've only done one thing poorly. The other thing done poorly, we'll stop talking about. Ball 2 is high and away to Michael Collins. Michael's 1 for 3 tonight, a leadoff double in the second inning. The lefty delivers. Low, ball 3. It's 4-2 Silverhawks. They scored 1 in the 7th, 3 in the 8th off Chris Waters. Kernels, looking for their first hit since the 5th inning, have been out hit now 8-5, trail 4-2. And a good start to the 9th inning as Michael Collins draws a leadoff walk. Collins is aboard. The batter is Jordan Renz. Well, we've struck out 11 times, but on the positive side of the ledger, the Kernels have drawn their 5th walk. The Kernels look to have Mark Reynolds struck out on a pitch in the bottom of the 8th inning that would have ended the inning. And I'm sure the Kernel third base dugout really gave it to Victor Carapaz, the base umpire. He was the fella that said Mark Reynolds did not go around on a 1-2 pitch from Chris Waters. The next pitch was ripped into center, to Reynolds' credit, for a 2-run single that put South Bend ahead for the first time tonight. Ball 1 is outside, and that prompts a visit to the hill by the Silverhawk pitching coach, Wellington Cepeda. Wednesday, June 15th. It's the 3rd game of our 7-game homestand leading up to the All-Star break, and the Kernels will be wearing Iowa Hawkeye jerseys. They'll be black and gold, and you can bid for them in a silent auction process throughout the evening on Wednesday, June 15th. It's a $1 a cup Wednesday. That means you can get a soda, a bottled water, or a 12-ounce beer for only $1. Wednesday, June 15th. Coralville, Iowa City night, and a chance for you to walk away with a game-worn Iowa Hawkeye baseball jersey. That's what the Kernels will be wearing. Rosen delivers outside, ball 2 to Jordan Renz. South Bend has a right-hander up in their bullpen, but those gold numbers are just too difficult to read. Now Jordan lays off a pitch low, ball 3 from the lefty. Jordan Renz trying to reach as the tying run here in the 9th inning, 4-2 South Bend. Ball 4, and the first 2 Kernels are aboard here in the top of the 9th inning And now the Kernels have a chance, if Tommy Duenas lays a bunt down successfully, to get the tying runs into scoring position. Mark Rosen has been, well, his record is 5-1. His ERA is 5.32. The southpaw has saved 2 games and a short leash. As the skipper for the Silverhawks really wants this game, you can understand why. Mark Haley comes out and lifts Mark Rosen. Rosen goes no innings, and he's responsible for walking the first 2 Kernels here in the 9th inning. Let's see if Matt Elliott is coming in. Matt Elliott is 3rd in the league with 12 saves, and yes, Matt Elliott is coming into this ball game. The Silverhawks go to their second relief pitcher of this inning to try to keep the Kernels from storming back. It'll be Mark Elliott, a right-hander. Matt Elliott. 3rd in the league with 12 saves. He's 0-3 on the year. He's on for the 22nd time out of the Silverhawk bullpen. 4-2 Silverhawks. The Kernels took a 2-0 lead into the 7th inning, and that's the inning in which the Silverhawks collected 3 hits off starter Rafael Rodriguez and scored 1 run. Chris Waters then surrendered 3 runs on a pair of doubles, 2 intentional walks, and a 2-out 2-run single by Mark Reynolds in the 8th inning. The Kernels, though, have the tying runs at first and second with nobody out here in the top of the 9th inning. Matt Elliott, 18 innings pitched. He's given up 22 hits, struck out 22 batters in 18 innings, walked 12, the league hitting .310 against this right-hander, Elliott. Reggie will be on hand to entertain you on Thursday. Check that. Reggie will be on hand to entertain you on Friday, June 17th. Friday, June 17th, Reggie. He's a mascot, and Bird Zirk visited our ballpark on the last homestand, and Bird Zirk was so entertaining and funny and well received. Well, Reggie is every bit as funny as Bird Zirk, and Reggie will be at the ballpark Friday, June 17th. And then the following night, Saturday, the 18th, Commercial Federal Bank will be sponsoring a fireworks extravaganza following the 7 o'clock start. Tommy Duenas goes up pumping, and he takes a vicious cut and fouls one straight back, strike 1. So right now, at least right now, Colonel skipper Bobby Magallanes chooses on the road not to bunt the runners, or try to bunt the runners over to second and third. Tommy Duenas had a very good cut at the first pitch from right-hander Matt Elliott and fouled it straight back. Collins at second, Renz at first. Swing and a miss. Matt Elliott just reared back and blew it by Tommy Duenas, who's in the hole 0-2. That was a high fastball. The Kernels have seen quite a bit of this right-hander Elliott in this, our 7th meeting with the Silverhawks. This is his 4th outing, and he's gunning for his 4th save. That's right, a quarter of his 12 saves have come against the Kernels. Tommy in an 0-2 hole. Swings and fouls it straight back. Another great cut by Tommy Duenas. Matt Elliott has 3 saves against the Kernels. He's pitched 2 1/3 innings in 3 relief appearances. No runs, 2 hits, 4 strikeouts. Most importantly, no walks. Collins standing with his hands on his hips, leading away from second. Jordan Renz, the tying run, leads away from first. Matt Elliott from Las Vegas, 21-year-old right-hander. Went to junior college at Dixie State in St. George, Utah. 3rd relief pitcher employed by the Silverhawks. Top of the 9th, 2 on, nobody out for the Kernels. And a swing and a miss by Tommy Duenas on a pitch high and outside. One out here in the ninth inning. And now the Kernels will send in Jason Ramos. Now wait a minute. Freddy Sandoval is being called off Bobby Magallanes' bench. This is the first time in 2 years that I remember. No, I remember Drew Toussaint being pinch hit for on the last homestand. I do remember Drew Toussaint being pinch hit for on the last homestand. Freddy Sandoval is going to pinch hit for Jason Ramos. Freddy Sandoval pinch hitting for Jason Ramos. Ramos was 1 for 3. And the Kernels send their leading RBI man to the plate. Freddy Sandoval here is a pinch hitter in the ninth inning. Freddy Sandoval, if there's a bottom of the ninth inning, will take over at third for Jason Ramos. Freddy batting .259, 1 homer, 32 runs driven in. Sandoval leads the Kernels with 15 doubles and 32 runs driven in. Switch hitter Freddy Sandoval is first up, or is pinch hitting rather, for Jason Ramos. Sandoval, 0 for 1 yesterday, drove in 2 of the Kernel 8 runs with sacrifice flies. Here's a pitch in the dirt, and what a save by Wilkin Castillo to prevent the tying runs from moving up to second and third. A nasty fastball down and in to Freddy Sandoval. Freddy drove in a pair yesterday with sacrifice flies to right. A team high 32 RBIs for Freddy Sandoval. The next pitch is swung on and looped foul off to the left, strike one. Freddy Sandoval called off of Bobby Magallanes' bench from the third base dugout to pinch hit for Jason Ramos. Freddy's the go-ahead run standing at the plate. Just 1 home run this season. He's even on the count, 1-1. Elliott's changeup, a swing and a miss by Freddy Sandoval, strike 2. I want to reiterate how hard and courageously the Kernels have played here tonight. Collins at first, Collins at second, Renz at first. The 1-2 to the pinch hitter Freddy. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Matt Elliott is 1 out away from notching his 4th save of the season against the Kernels and his 13th overall. This is one of those games that, yeah, you feel bad if you don't rally to win it, but you certainly feel good about the way you played and the way you battled. Kernels still looking for their first hit since the 5th inning. Now Warner Madrigal is going to pinch hit for Alexi Casilla. Warner Madrigal, who has homered in the first 2 games of this series, is pinch hitting for Alexi Casilla. Warner, a .232 batter, with a team-high 9 home runs and 22 runs driven in. Madrigal has 7 doubles, no triples. Warner Madrigal is pinch hitting for Alexi Casilla. And out of the South Bend dugout is Wellington Cepeda, their pitching coach. Warner Madrigal, 9 home runs, 22 RBIs. 2 of his home runs have come in the first 2 games of this series. He belted a 2-run homer yesterday in the 2nd inning that made it 4-0 Kernels. The first pitch to the pinch hitter is low for ball 1. 4-2 South Bend, top of the 9th inning. Tying runs at first and second for the Kernels. And Warner Madrigal pinch hitting for Alexi Casilla, right-handed batter against the right-handed pitcher. A pitch off the glove of the catcher. That may be a pass ball. I think Wilkin Castillo was crossed up, and the tying runs advance into scoring position. Wow, the Kernels get a big break. The normally sure-handed Wilkin Casilla, I think, was crossed up. And now a base hit by, it is a pass ball. Now a base hit by Warner Madrigal, who's ahead 2-0, would likely tie this game. How's that for some fight from this Kernel Ball Club? 2-0 to Warner Madrigal. This capacity house starting to rise to its feet as Warner Madrigal is trying to drive home Michael Collins from third and Jordan Renz from second here in the ninth inning, trying to tie this game at 4. Now, wait a minute. Do we have a pinch runner at second base? I don't think so. Well, we'll double check. Yes, Richard Giannotti is pinch running at second base. Ball 3 to Madrigal. Richard Giannotti is pinch running at second base for the Kernels. Richard Giannotti is pinch running for Jordan Renz. So the Bobby Magallanes is pulling out all the stops to try to tie this game in the ninth inning. Madrigal on a 3-0 pitch. High, ball 4, that loads the bases. The Kernels are still looking for their first hit since the 5th inning, but they've loaded the bases here in the top of the ninth inning, and Nate Sutton is the batter. Richard Giannotti is the pinch runner for Jordan Renz at second base. He's carrying the tying run. Nate Sutton looks at a strike call on the outside corner. Nate has 2 of the Kernel 6 hits. Nate Sutton with the bases loaded, facing Matt Elliott. Ball 1 just missed outside, and the crowd didn't like the call by the plate umpire Grant Menke. Collins at third, the pinch runner Giannotti at second, and the pinch hitter Warner Madrigal at first. The 1-1 to Nate Sutton. Swing and a tip foul into the glove of the catcher. That was a changeup for Matt Elliott. Elliott's trying to save this game. 4-2 top of the ninth. Bases loaded, 2 out. South Bend leads it 4-2. Nate Sutton on a 1-2 delivery. Strike 3 call. Well, the Kernels fought their hearts out here tonight, but fall to the best team in the Midwest League 4-2. Nate Sutton called out on strikes, and unfortunately for the Kernels, 14 of them struck out tonight. 14 Kernels struck out. They didn't get a hit since the Kernels failed to get a hit since the 5th inning, and South Bend wins this game 4-2. In the 9th inning, no runs for the Kernels, no hits, 3 walks, a pass ball, no Silverhawk errors. The Kernels leave the bases loaded and stranded 9 runners. 4-2 Silverhawks before a capacity crowd. We'll be back to wrap things up for you on the Kernel Curtain Call in just a moment. This is Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
We've been telling you for some time that Greg's Lawn Service is a cut above the rest when it comes to caring for your lawn. However, Greg's experienced staff does so much more than lawn care. They offer complete landscape design and installation, concrete curb edging, grading, sodding, and hydro seeding. Yes, Greg's is a complete lawn care service, and they welcome the opportunity to show you why they are a cut above the rest. Give Greg's a call for more details about their wide range of services.
There's a reason Dick Ramsey is the #1 home seller for the #1 real estate company, Skogman Realty. It's because Dick Ramsey works harder for you than anyone to make selling your home easy for you. Take Dick's one-of-a-kind home trade program. Buy one of Dick Ramsey's homes and Dick will buy yours. Dick Ramsey provides 2 other unparalleled services: a free 1-hour telephone loan approval and a free 1-hour telephone appraisal on your property. Dick Ramsey of Skogman Realty, the #1 home seller for the #1 real estate company.
It's tons of great items, tons of great deals. The Open Bid online auction is here. Open Bid is a local online auction where you can find thousands of dollars worth of new merchandise. Just click on Iowa.com and bid on motorcycles, home and garden products, furniture, appliances, gift certificates, and much, much more. It's easy and it's fun, but get your bid in now. Go to Iowa.com and check out the Open Bid online auction.
A new school year means the chase is on. What school will be the best? The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM, Farm Bureau Financial Services Metro Sports Trophy winner. It's simple. The school that rules brings home the hardware. Your school earns points by being the best in all 19 sports programs. Boys and girls, fall, winter, and spring. The school with the winningest programs takes home the coveted Zone Metro Sports Trophy and $500 from Farm Bureau Financial Services. Every sport counts towards each school's total points, and citywide bragging rights are on the line. We'll post the standings quarterly at the worldwide headquarters of the Zone1600.com. Current stats show Linmar leading the boys contest and Marion holds the top spot in the girls column. Who will come out on top? Kennedy, Jefferson, Linmar, Marion, Prairie, Washington, or Xavier. The Zone Farm Bureau Financial Services Metro Sports Trophy. Only from the home of high school sports. The Zone. The Zone. ESPN Radio, 1600 AM. Time for the Kernels Curtain Call, right here on the Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM. With a recap of all the action, the State Farm Major League scoreboard, plus a look ahead to the next Kernels game, let's rejoin the voice of the Kernels, the one, the only John Rogers, here on the Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM.
Grade the Kernels for an A for courageous effort tonight as they fall to the team with the best record in the Midwest League. The South Bend Silverhawks erased the Kernel 2-0 lead with a run in the 7th and 3 in the 8th and held on down the stretch to win it 4-2. On the positive side, the Kernels drew 7 walks tonight. I think that's the most number of walks they've drawn this season. And on the negative, the Kernels struck out 14 times and could not get over that hump again with the bullpen. We've been spoiled the last 3 years, having great middle relief, set-up men, and closers, and this year we're just a little bit thin in that area. Hopefully the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim will give us some needed help in the second half, because if we can get relief pitching in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning, we're going to be a pretty formidable ball club in the second half. Tonight, Rafael Rodriguez pitched his heart out. Did not earn a decision, but the 20-year-old right-hander went 6 1/3, gave up a run on 5 hits, struck out 3, walked 1. He pitched very well, and it was the Silverhawks who got the breaks tonight and won it 4-2. Kernels took the lead in this one in the 3rd inning off South Bend starter Coley Kohlberg. Nate Sutton, who had 2 of the Kernels' 6 hits, doubled with 1 out, went to 3rd on a pitch in the dirt and scored on a wild pitch to make it 1-0 Kernels. In the 5th inning, the Kernels made it 2-0. Little did we know that Alexi Casilla's infield single with 1 out in the 5th would be the last hit the Kernels would get tonight, but it was. He singled and then went all the way to 3rd on a wild pickoff attempt by the starter Coley Kohlberg. Alexi Casilla then scored on a sacrifice to center by Nate Sutton, and the Kernels led 2-0. That lead held up until the bottom of the 7th inning. A Baltimore chop single by Carlos González, and then a single off the lower leg of Rafael Rodriguez made it 1st and 2nd with nobody out. Alan Mottram then struck out. Cesar Nicholas battled Rafael Rodriguez and won the battle as he ripped a single into left to score Carlos González, and that made it 2-1 Kernels. In came T.J. Stanton. He got the final 2 outs of the 7th inning to keep it a 2-1 game going in to the top of the 8th. The Kernels got a 1-out walk from Aaron Peel, but he was thrown out trying to steal to end that inning. And then in the bottom of the 8th, South Bend pushed home the tying and go-ahead runs. Chris Waters was on the hill. He got Jeremy Millens to fly to right for the 1st out. But then on a 2-strike pitch, Augustine Murillo doubled down the left field line. The Kernels walked Carlos González intentionally. That strategy was foiled when Javier Brito drove a deep fly ball into right center for a ground rule double. By all rights, 2 runs should have scored. Only Agustin Murillo scored, though, to tie the game at 2. Carlos González would have scored, but he was sent back to third. It was second and third, 1 out. Chris Waters walked Alan Mottram intentionally to load the bases. Cesar Nicholas then fouled out to catcher Tommy Duenas, and that's when the umpires took control of the game. Mark Reynolds on a 1-2 pitch went around on a pitch in the dirt, but Victor Carapazza said he didn't, and the next pitch was a 2-run single into center, and it brought home the go-ahead run. South Bend led it 4-2. The Kernels did everything but tie the game in the 9th inning. Mark Rosen walked the first 2 Kernel hitters. In came Matt Elliott. Matt Elliott struck out Tommy Duenas. He struck out he struck out Freddy Sandoval, pinch hitting for Jason Ramos. Then Warner Madrigal drew a walk to load the bases. And with the bases loaded and 2 out, Nate Sutton was caught looking, the 14th Kernel to strike out tonight. But again, nothing but good things to report from South Bend in terms of the Kernel effort here tonight. South Bend, 4 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors. They left 8. The Kernels, 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors. They left 9. The winning pitcher, Esmerling Vasquez, he's 2-2. The Kernel loser, Chris Waters, 1-3. A save to Matt Elliott, his 13th, and 4 of his saves, 4 of his 13 have come against the Kernels. The game took 3 hours and 3 minutes, and 6,386 jammed this ballpark to see their first-place Silverhawks beat the Kernels for the 5th time in 7 games. 4-2 South Bend. Up next from Kovaleski Stadium, we'll enjoy our Access Direct play of the game. This is Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
I'm Dave Shea. For 35 years, I was news anchor for Channel 2. Now, with gas prices at $2 a gallon, check out Randy Kiel Honda and save with great fuel mileage on all Hondas in stock. The safest family sedan, the Honda Accord, will definitely save the family pocketbook with 34 miles to the gallon. Get even better mileage with a compact Civic, getting you there at 38 miles to the gallon. Or check the amazing fuel mileage of the Honda Civic Hybrid, 48 miles to the gallon, and that's in city driving. Randy Kiel Honda has a large selection of pre-owned Hondas, too, all with exceptional fuel mileage. Check them out at www.randykiel.com. Also, Randy Kiel offers a 7-year, 100,000-mile confidence guarantee on new vehicles. You can take my word for it, but you may also want to talk with other Honda owners. They're people you know, your friends, your neighbors, maybe even your relatives. I'm saving on gas prices by driving my Honda, and you can too. See Randy Kiel Honda on Center Point Road Northeast.
A strong effort by the Kernels tonight as they bow to South Bend 4-2. And from Kovaleski Stadium, Access Direct is proud to bring you our Access Direct play of the game. The star of this game for the Kernels was starting pitcher Rafael Rodriguez. He blanked South Bend through 6 innings on only 2 hits. In the 7th inning, Carlos González, who has mauled Kernel pitching in 7 games, Carlos González is now 11 for 23 against Kernel pitching. He bounced a single over the head of Michael Collins into right. Javier Brito then smashed a single off of the leg of the Kernel starter, Rafael Rodriguez. The Silverhawks had runners at first and second, nobody out in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Kernels led the game 2-0. 307 hitting Alan Mottram came to the plate with runners at first and second and nobody out. And here is our Access Direct play of the game.
Looks in and has his sign. His 1-2 delivery on the way. Swing and a miss! Rafael Rodriguez gets Alan Mottram swinging. That's just his 3rd strikeout of the night, but he picked a good spot for it. A slider, and Alan Mottram didn't get it. 1 gone here in the Silverhawks 7th inning.
Rafael Rodriguez striking out Alan Mottram, our Access Direct play of the game. It kept the Kernels ahead in the 7th inning, 2-0 in a 4-2 loss. Access Direct, they're undergoing a hiring initiative right now. They're looking for team players, and the benefits at Access Direct are out of this world. Medical, dental, and vision insurance, a 401k savings plan, plus an $8.50 hourly starting wage at Access Direct. You can learn about the exciting job opportunities at Access Direct by calling them at 261-0260, or log on to their website at www.accdir.com. That's www.accdir.com. Access Direct. It's a fun, friendly place to work, and you don't have to worry about dressing up in a suit and tie or a dress. They encourage casual dress. 4-2 South Bend. We'll wrap things up next from Kovaleski Stadium with a complete look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard here in the zone.
With graduations and weddings upon us, you may be giving or receiving gifts and presents. Cedar Rapids Solid Waste and Recycling reminds you that they do not accept gift wrapping paper in your blue curbside recycling box. Instead, try to recycle by reusing old gift paper. Since wrapping paper should not be put in your blue curbside recycling box, you can throw it away in your garbage if you don't reuse it. Enjoy gift giving this season, but remember that gift wrapping paper is not recyclable.
For the 7th consecutive year, Toyota Financial Services is encouraging elementary students throughout our community to read this summer. Toyota Financial Services believes that inspiring children to read brings families together, fosters imagination, and enhances knowledge. The Gazette shares Toyota Financial Services' belief in the value of reading. That's why they've teamed up to recognize and reward this summer's readers for their fabulous accomplishments. Toyota Financial Services and the Gazette, proud to stand with our community's children to enrich their lives.
Before a capacity crowd of over 6,300 at Kovaleski Stadium, the Silverhawks make it 5 out of 7 over the Kernels in the last week as they came back from a 2-0 hole to score 1 in the 7th, 3 in the 8th, and hold off the Kernels, who loaded the bases with 2 out in the top of the 9th. The Silverhawks 4, the Kernels 2. State Farm Insurance agents Gary Schubat, Lanny Peterson, Dale Thompson, and Al Shetler are now proud to bring us the State Farm Major League scoreboard following this Colonel hard-fought loss to South Bend. Let's start this afternoon in Philadelphia, a slugfest in the parent club of the Eastern Division leading Silverhawks. The Arizona Diamondbacks turn back the Phillies 10-8. Interleague play from here on in. At PNC Park in Pittsburgh, Baltimore trimmed the Pirates 4-3. Good news from Turner Field. Our parent club, the Western Division leading Angels, topped the Braves 4-2 tonight. And at Wrigley Field, the Cubs bowed to Toronto 4-1 Blue Jays. It was the Yankees falling to the Brewers, Milwaukee 4, Yankees 3 at Miller Park tonight. Oh, if this could have happened in October, but it didn't. And the Cardinals trampled the Red Sox at Busch Stadium tonight 7-1. Oh, for a win last October. But tonight the Redbirds did win 7-1 over the Red Sox at Busch Stadium. They're in the bottom of the 7th inning at Coors Field, and the White Sox are trampling the Rockies 9-3 in the bottom of the 7th. And at Chavez Ravine, the Tigers hold a 3-2 lead over the Dodgers in the bottom of the 4th inning. That is our complete look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard, sponsored proudly for the 10th straight year by State Farm Insurance agents Al Shetler, Lanny Peterson, Gary Schubat, and Dale Thompson. Tonight, the Kernels played a very good game, and sometimes you wind up on the short end even though you play your hearts out, and nothing but words of commendation and praise for this ball club tonight as they bow to South Bend 4-2. The Kernels led through the Kernels led through 7 innings 2-1, but the Silverhawks own the best record in the league, and they have a very, very ferocious offensive attack, and they scored 3 in the bottom of the 8th to win the game 4-2. We'll look forward to bringing you the series finale. I have a good feeling the Kernels are going to gain a split in this series. Tomorrow evening, we'll have the South Slope Communications Triple Play show for you at 6:40 with the South Slope Communications Triple Play show, and then in the game, the series finale and the regular season finale between our two ball clubs tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Thanks to Jake Lent, our in-studio engineer, for all of his great work. I'm John Rogers, wishing you a great rest of your Monday evening here from Gold Dome Country, where the Kernels lost to the Silverhawks 4-2. This has been Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
This has been a special sports presentation from The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM, Cedar Rapids. Now back to our regularly scheduled ESPN programming, already in progress.